Oh, wait, oh, hold up. What? Oh, oh, oh. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, it's me, Juicy Juice Man. It's me, the protein guy. I mean, the dairy man. Alright, ooh, you know, I'm never gonna start a stream properly because I don't know how to start streams, but oh, I'm here. Hello. I'm never gonna do this properly. Mr. Late Man, I'm not late. Not late. I'm not late. I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm not late. I'm not late. Can confirm, not late. Oh, that's loud. That's loud. Genshin loud. Let's turn that down to a nice 3. I'm not late. I'm not late. And hello, Tissue. Hey, man. My homie G, how's it going? How is your day? Let's do not talk about time. Let's talk about how we are. How are you?
But the knights had enough sense to do away with all the superfluous detail.
The superfluous details. How are you, Tissue? Welcome to the stream, man. Oh, another game, dude. Another day of Genshin Impact. That's what I said. Another day of Genshin Impact. Good day, brother. Hello. I'm creeped out right now. Why is this? Why are we creeped out? Is it because this account's birthday is 69? Is that why we're creeped out? Is it because this account's birthday is 69? Because I did that purposely to make sure my birthday is on 60. Oh wait, that's in 3 days. I just noticed that this account's birthday is in 3 days. Oh my god, we get a fragile resin in 3 days. Let's go. Let's go. Because I was just watching JJK earlier, and I was at the episode right after the Besto Friendo line. Yeah, see, I don't know what to say. I think I just have extremely highly advanced telepathic and telekinetic powers. What a coincidence, eh? I don't know. I was trying to think of a funny way to just say Genshin Impact. And Genshin Impact has been done. Pension Impact is done. I was thinking of doing Genbin, and then something packed. I was like maybe Poverty Pact or something like that. I was thinking of something, and it just didn't sound like fluid enough. So I'm still trying to think of something for Impact. Maybe next Genshin Impact stream there might be a bit of a different title. Who knows? It's like, you know, everything I do. It is like that, isn't it? I'm gonna escape the planet before I get tissue snapped. Fair cop, dude. Fair cop. Best of luck escaping this bad. I can't speak. Good luck escaping this planet, dude. It's impossible. The stratosphere, or the whatever sphere that we have in the sky, it's actually just a wall. Have you ever watched The Truman Show? If you've ever watched The Truman Show, that's what's happening. We're just on the tissue show. That's a very bad thing to say. Tissue show. Yeah. Your life right now is The Truman Show. Just cameras everywhere. Everyone's watching you.
You want me on your team?
So while I prepare my rocket, how you doing, Mr. Freshly Shaved Man? Alright, so freshly shaved is a bit of a, you know, incorrectness, because that was freshly shaved would have been 2 days ago. So please address me as 2-day-old shave man. I don't know what that show is. Wow, really? You've never heard of The Truman Show? It's actually like one of the most popular movies in the world. Like, I'll be quite honest with you, and I'm very shocked that you haven't heard of it. But it's like, it's one of the most popular movies in the whole world.
Beg for mercy.
This is order.
Strike dead. Yeah. Punishment. Shudder.
Give me 1 second and let me whip this woman into shape here. Nice bit of damage.
Stabilize.
Also, you should I haven't watched Truman Show specifically either, but you should probably watch it. Why not? I don't know where you can watch it. It's like very old.
Falls on the land of eternity.
It's like very old. But you might, why not? Give it a watch.
Crush. This bond is eternal.
I think it was like 1999. I think that's when the Truman Show came out.
Gather.
Rack and ruin. More speed. Everybody stand back.
Solidify.
Witness.
That's 23 years ago? Absolutely.
Beg for mercy. Let's light it up.
Take note of that? 100%, dude. I want to watch it, I just don't know where.
State even bedrock can be turned to dust.
I don't know where I can watch it, to be quite frank. That's why I haven't watched it.
Shudder. Crush. Let's light it up. Is in my hand.
One more thing, I got shot earlier. Sorry? I beg your pardon?
Let's light it up.
I beg a singular pardon.
Let's light it up. Teamwork is strength. Judgment. Shiver. Blood of frost. Eye for an eye.
On my left arm. Like, oh, you got a shot.
Emptiness.
Oh, like a needle. Right? You mean like a needle? You might want to include the letter A before shot, if that's the case. If you mean needle, like a squirty squirt thingy, like a... Right? If you mean one of those, you may want to include the letter A before shot. Because just saying, I got shot earlier. Well, listen, I don't want to jump to conclusions, you know? I don't want to, like, you know. Listen, if you got shot, recover. You know, that bullet wounds are really bad. I've heard from the grapevine, many movies have told me as well, and just general safety courses in school have told me that bullet holes in the body, not really what you want. Like, I think a study showed that when you asked a person if they would like to get shot, they said no. I think this was a study from like Oxford or something, Cambridge, Harvard, one of these schools, institutions rather, not even schools, institutions did a study that people don't want to get shot, so I definitely wouldn't recommend it.
Just cowardice.
Definitely wouldn't recommend.
Beg for mercy. Shudder. Rack and ruin. Testable.
And we're back to grinding Genshin. You worded it just like that to create confusion. How dare you? Bullet holes feel hot? Do they though?
Let's light it up.
Or is heat just a social construct?
Gather.
Everybody
I'm inclined to believe that heat is a social construct and it doesn't actually exist. So I think you're wrong.
more speed.
I'm just getting this weird vibe that you might be wrong on that one. I'm assuming you got like an actual shot for like some like the vaccine thingy, something to do with COVID, or did you just get like just a general shot just because it's like an option? You just saw like a sign outside the hospital saying, "Hey, get your shots," and you're like, "I haven't gotten one before. Let's go see what's happening."
Let's light it up. Adventure time.
There we go. A second boost. Ah, yeah, gotcha. Second boost. I don't just go places and get injected with stuff. I don't know. How am I meant to know? I was just taking a stab in the dark. I don't know what you do. Who knows if you might have done that? Let's try to make this fight as quick as possible. And to do that, let's quickly eat some food. Just because I hate this fight. Let's go with that. Ooh, what a good food. We don't have a physical thingy. Oh no, it's physical food, isn't it?
Off we go. Yeah. Yeah.
Solidify.
You're stabbing in the dark, hit me in the head. Well, listen. When you make a sentence confusing, that's what's gonna happen. You did this. You made the sentence confusing, and now you are reaping the. What's the saying again? You reap what you sow. You are reaping what you have sown.
Stabilize.
I don't fucking know. Do this. This. Don't teleport away. Thank you.
Will be mine. Eye for an eye.
Of course, she does teleport away because she's.
You too will.
There we go. One phase it. Easy W. One phasing at its finest. You gotta follow her and slam it in her. Yeah, don't make it confusing, Tissue. It's you reap what you sow. And you are reaping what you have sown. You planted the confusion in my brain. And now I have hit you in the dark, in the head, with my stab, in the dark. I have stabbed your head in the dark, and you have caused what you have reaped and sown. Write that down. Write that down. Right this minute. Write it down. Remember it. Remember that. Remember it. You have reaped what you have sown in the stabbed in the dark. Historians would be jealous. I'm pretty sure it was already confusing before I said anything. I think you caused the confusion, actually. I think you are the actual confuser. Because I wasn't confused before you spoke, but then you spoke and I'm now confused, and that's not fair. Because I'm a generally easily confused man. I do not understand. I'm not a man of understanding. Even make that a tattoo. Alright, good. Write it down. Write it down permanently where you can see it. I want you to tattoo it on the palm of your hand. So every time you're talking, you have a chance to see it. Would that be against school rules to tattoo the answers on your body? Because technically, you can't get rid of it. Right? And technically, they can't, like, fail you for having... I guess you can't have tattoos in school. That make uni, though. But then in uni, they probably don't care if you cheat. Maybe not. I don't know. Tattoo E equals MC squared on your hand because it's a very easily forgettable line. E, what's that one line from that Stein guy, that Albert man? E equals something. And you look at your hand. E equals MC squared. I got 2 palms. How many answers can I tattoo it? Depends on the font size. Depends on the font size. Are you doing, like, you know, 11 font size in Arial font? Or are you doing, like, Times New Roman in, like, 6, right? Or are you doing Impact font with, like, a 6 size? It's all about the size to font ratio. That's what it's about, dude. That's what it's about.
Crush. More speed.
Solidify.
Calibri? Oh, Calibri. Oh, that's a good one, isn't it? Yeah, I myself am a Times New Roman kind of guy.
Punishment.
But fair enough on the Calibri, dude.
Beg for mercy.
Fair enough. I'm actually, you know what? I am a bit of an Arial kind of guy too. Like the Arial and Times New Roman are like the OGs, but Calibri's a good one. I'm gonna be honest. It's a pretty good one. Respect. That's all I've got right now for you. Respect.
Yeah.
What timing? You see that timing? Oh my god.
Teamwork is dream.
But don't forget you've also got the back of your hand, because you know there's that saying, I know myself like the back of my hand, or I know something like the back of my hand. So you can also use it like the back of your hand. So that means you got double the surface.
Yeah.
Stand upon your tomb, though you know it not.
You can't run. Beg for mercy. Shudder.
Order guide you.
But the back of my hand isn't the palm anymore. But it is a surface close enough. Right? Because here's the thing. Whilst you're having a conversation with someone. Now, I can't really illustrate it right now because I'm mid-intense fight. But give me just one moment here. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, my Eula died. Fuck. Oh, your Eula... You're actually a useless.
Adventure time. You can't run.
Yo, why is this guy tanky? Die. Alright. When you're talking with people... Right? You guys need to see a good visual of this, right? So when you're talking with someone, if you're a very expressive kind of guy, if you're very expressive and you use your hands and you kind of chuck them around, do like, oh yeah, you know, the cylinder thing up in the corner, and then you do a box. You know, if you're very... this kind of guy, use your hands. You can do it on the back because you'll catch glimpses of your hands mid-conversation, right? So you'll be like, oh yeah, so then like I need to tell you about like algorithms, right? And then you flip your hand over and you're like, oh yeah, so algorithms and whatnot, they're like up and down, and then you take a peek at your hand. That's why you do it on the back of your hand. You can do the front, that's half efficiency. Do it on the back as well, that's double efficiency. Write that down. Write that down. You gotta do back to front. Back to front. If it's not back to front, you're at half efficiency. You're at half mast. Oh, look at that dog artifact. Double crit damage, crit rate, attack elemental mastery, and then defense on a helmet. Absolutely useless. We'll lock it in because I'm that kind of guy. What is this tattoo lesson? Listen, I'm no tattoo expert. I've got no tattoos, right? But let me tell you something that I do know. Is that if you're trying to cheat, right, on anything, get a tattoo on your hand. Because you can hide your hands super easily, right? You want to hide the palm tattoos? Hidden, right? Boom. Hidden. You want to hide the back tattoos? Hidden. Right? Then you put your hand here and hidden, right? Or you just get like a glove. You get a glove. It's so easy. Cheating is so easy. Cheat on all your exams. That's what I'm saying. Cheat on every single exam, every single test, and if you get found out, lie. Yes, do that. Actually, I don't condone any of this. Actually, I'm gonna take everything back. I don't condone this. Don't listen to me. I don't condone cheating. I just condone using life and your body to your advantage. Just write shit down on your hands, and if you get found out, just use the excuse. Hey, I was just trying to win. I just, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Life ain't fair. I don't know. I am cheat advice, man. Thank you. I really needed that advice during my vacation. You're welcome. Listen. The next time you go to school, the next time you're in some sort of educational space, just volunteer to be the local cheater. And just volunteer as tribute to the cheating, like, area of this, like, environment. Like every group or every area of people needs one guy to be the self-sacrifice for cheating. That's a fact. That is a fact. I wasn't that guy in my group. I was a bit more of the do all the work kind of guy because I got nothing better to do and moving is effort. But if you see the opportunity to become the cheater, I encourage you to take it. Because why not? Why not? Let's go spend some resin. How will I cheat my driving exam? Alright, so... that's a great question. I'm using dairy to power my brain. How will you treat a driving exam?
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
I think that's one of those ones that it's like hard to cheat, right?
Share the memory.
Because the instant things that come to mind is bribery. Now, that one I wouldn't recommend. Bribery is too easy. Like slipping like a $50 note to someone, way too easy. You don't want to do that. Because if 50 is not enough, it needs to be at least 50k, right, to get away with it. So that one's out of the question. But know them. Know the person. Now, this is a bit harder because you need to know them, and that's the tough part, because people don't know everyone. But if you know the person, they can just pass you. They can just hit the pass button. You know?
Beg for mercy. Everybody stand back. Lights out.
That's my tip. Just know the person that's doing the exam. 77k on the elemental skill pop. Wow. I can't even give myself 50k. That's the problem then. I'm not suggesting the money route though. Don't do the money route. 50k, you could buy like 7,000 billion like meat pies, or like you could buy a lot of coffee with 50k, so I wouldn't do that. But what I would recommend is essentially, if it is a female driving instructor, look to get to know them, you know? Get a bit close and intimate with them, right? Get, you know, ask for their number, you know, invite them out on the weekend, you know, a bit of a dinner, a late night dinner, romantic dinner. And then when your driving exam is up, you'll be like, oh, I didn't know you were here. I didn't know you were my driving instructor. Oh, surely we could just have a nice chillaxing drive. And then as you're driving, you sweet talk her, right? Or if it's a guy, you sweet talk him. It doesn't really matter. You sweet talk him into just letting you automatically pass. That is my advice. Investigate the examiner's whole identity. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Rack and ruin.
That's what you gotta do. Like I said, you gotta do what you gotta do in life. It ain't easy, it ain't, you know, there's no cheats out here unless you make the cheats yourself.
Crush.
And in this case, you are making them.
Stabilize.
Like the non-creep you are. Hey, there's nothing creepy about, you know, just swindling your way through life. How do you think merchants in the, like, 1100s, like, got by? You think you can make a living in the thousands, or 1100s, sorry? Just through selling bread and, like, corn and whatnot? Absolutely not. Back in 1145, when I was a young guy, you had to do a lot of stuff to make a living. You had to swindle people. You tell them 2-for-1 deal, and then you charge them triple. Because they don't know the actual price, because you don't display the prices. You're like, oh yeah, this bread is $75,000. And then they're like, damn, what do you mean? And like, I'll give you 2 for 77,000. And they're like, oh, it's a bargain. But when you actually like research bread, it's actually a very cheap commodity, right? It's very cheap. Like, it's maybe like 2 silver, maybe 1 copper, if you're like playing like general fantasy gold. But generally speaking, bread is very cheap. I think some of them merchants got caught and got their heads lopped off. Well, that's the thing, don't get caught. Just evade the law. Like, back in the day, it was a lot easier to evade the law, I'll be quite honest. They had horses, and horses are generally known as average intelligence things. Now, the law is, has cars. Now, cars, you can't really gauge intelligence, but what you can do with a car is run people over. Now, that is a very extreme version of the law. The getting run over tactic, but it's still a tactic. So yeah, you'll definitely have a bit harder of a time evading the law, but it's an experience. And what is life if it's not an experience? You know? I'm now experiencing crippling depression playing Genshin Impact. And that's an experience. It's not a good or bad one. It's just a crippling depression one. See? See? See that? That right there's crippling depression. I am now a full cripple. Healing bonus. Nobody uses that. What are you gonna do, eh? It's an experience. You gotta move on. You gotta buckle your seatbelt and move on. That was like a dent in the road, or like a divot in the road, not a dent in the road. That's a divot in the road, and we move on with our lives because that's what life is. It's all about moving on. I'm not in the past. We're not in the past here. We're not past people. We're present people. The next artifact may or may not be good, but we're not there yet because we're still killing these guys. But in a few seconds, we'll be there. The amount of inspiration I'm getting is godly. Well, you're welcome. This is compensated. You will be billed $4,000 later tonight, so this is not free. I just want you to know that these lessons aren't free. See, look at this. Another bit of crippling depression. Amazing. You will be billed approximately $4.5 to $4,000 later tonight, and you will be expected to pay it within 46 minutes of the issued bill. So, best of luck. That's all I've got to say, because the more I talk, the higher the price goes, right? So currently I've spit so many facts that the price is at about 4.5 thousand. But the longer I speak, the higher the price goes. I think now it's reaching about 5,000. So you may want to try to find a way to shut me up, but it's not going to happen because you can't, right? So, yeah. Get wrecked. Get scammed. Scam and get scammed. I got my rocket almost ready, so like bonjour. Isn't bonjour hello? Bonjour is hello. I don't know why you're saying hello. Tishy, did you mean bon voyage? Did you mean bon voyage? I think you meant bon voyage, didn't you? Yeah, that means hello. Yes, you've got a rocket. Hello to you too. Nice, dude, nice. Hey man, just what are you gonna bring the rocket over? Is that that's how you're paying me? Yeah, okay, I got you now. So you owe me about $5,000 and you're gonna pay me with one rocket. That's a smart payment. That's a smart payment maneuver.
Beg for mercy.
You know? Because you can't really value a rocket. Like, how expensive is a rocket really, right? Like the Tesla rocket that Elon Musk made, right? Like, you can't really price that. It's like the Mona Lisa. It's priceless. Except the Mona Lisa now has cake on it because some guy somehow threw cake on it. But there's actually some plexiglass, and then it's actually not that big of a deal. You guys see that recently? The whole throwing a cake at the Mona Lisa thing in the Louvre, whatever the hell the place is called. Some guy just smuggles a cake into there and throws it at the Mona Lisa, but he didn't know that there's plexiglass in front of it. Well, you just got arrested for nothing. You just got arrested for absolutely nothing. Do your research. Right? Do your research.
Shudder. Vengeance will be mine.
Article called it painting got creamed. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. The painting did get creamed. But also not... Well, actually, no, technically they are wrong because the plexiglass got creamed. So the article's wrong. The guy who did it is wrong. He's also an idiot. Because he probably got fined and arrested. How do you do that? What goes through your mind? I want to know what was going through his mind. I want to sit down and interview him. That's not bad. I want to sit down and interview him and just say, like, did you research this? Did you look up a picture of this thing and see if there's anything in front of it? Did you perchance figure out... Because, like, I've also heard that that's not the real Mona Lisa. The real Mona Lisa is in some other place. But I've also heard people say that it is the Mona Lisa. So I was confused. But it's like, surely do a bit of research. onto if there's anything in front of it, where's the security, what are the patrolling routes, where are the shadows, you know? Like, any vantage points I can drop in from, anything like that, any assassinations I can, like, do. Surely do some research, man. Don't just chuck cream at a painting. There must be already an interview. They wouldn't interview him. Because I'm 90% sure he got immediately arrested. He threw the cake, someone spear tackled him, and he got immediately arrested. He's in prison for life. That is like the biggest bit of defamation that you can do into the world, is throwing cream at the Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa is one of the most respected women on the planet. The Mona Lisa, I respect the Mona Lisa tenfold. Right? So you can't just disrespect Mona like that. Right? Like, so it goes like this. This is the hierarchy of respected women. Mona Lisa, the Queen, and then everyone else. That's how it is. That's how it is. The respecting hierarchy
This wine tastes the same as I remember.
of important women.
But
Mona
for
Lisa,
those who share
Elizabeth, the Queen, everyone else. You can't just disrespect her. You can't. Actually, he's not in prison. He was executed on the spot. So in that clip, where you see him throw the cake and then instantly spear tackled, at that moment, the guy who spear tackled him actually had a guillotine as an arm, right? So he spear tackles him, boosh, and then he just chops the head off with the guillotine arm. And that is why you never cream a painting. You never do it. His reason is he's protesting about climate thing. Oh, probably. He's like, oh, this painting, why is it so important? I bet you that's his reasoning. He's like, oh, it's just a painting, just remake it. That's his reasoning. I'll bet $43 on it. Oh, it's just a painting of a woman. Oh, there's replicas everywhere. Yeah, but Picasso, is that the painter? Mozart drew this one. That's why it's important. Mozart touched this one. You never defame what Mozart touched. Never. Oh, shit. As he was being dragged away, he said bonjour. I'm sure. Kind of makes sense. He was in France. It is in France, I'm pretty sure. So it does fit. It does fit. It does fit. Da Vinci. Oh yeah, he's a guy as well. I think, you know, I'm still gonna stick with Mozart though. I think Mozart did it. I'm gonna stick with Mozart. Or Beethoven, you know, one of the two did it. It means, like, think about the Earth? No, I'm not thinking about the Earth. Is the painting still okay? Oh, probably. The painting was there to actually be serious and not very sarcastic. The painting was there. The guy threw it, but according to information, there was plexiglass in front of it. So the cake is just on some glass now. The glass has probably been cleaned by now. But yeah, there was just like a sheet of glass in front of it to protect the paint. Maybe they were expecting this. Maybe that's why the plexiglass was there. They were expecting the infamous cake man. Or the Creamatron 5000 to drop by, right? They were expecting him. And they were setting up defense mechanisms. Oh, wow, I figured it out. They've got someone that can predict the future. Bulletproof. Yeah, it's also bulletproof. Yeah, so the plexiglass, you can actually chuck a nuclear missile, and it'll just do the classic Looney Tunes thing of just rubber band it, right? It'll just be whoop, right? It does that. It's this, like this, the stuff protecting the Mona Lisa, some of the strongest glass in history. Fat Mans, goddamn nuclear warheads, everything like that, can't get through. Not a chance. Not a singular chance. On God. On God. Yes, Zhongli. Osmanthus wine. Relax, buddy. Did we get any good pieces? I've just been kind of playing this game as background. Creamatron 5000. I think that would be a name you'd call yourself. You were trying to around 5,000 years ago. And, hey, listen. Hey, don't defame my middle school nickname, dude. How dare you defame my middle school nickname. I went by that in full confidence. I strutted around school calling myself that name with pure confidence, and now you're defaming me? I might have to start a defamation case in fucking... What's that place that Johnny Depp did his case? Fucking Virginia? I might have to start a defamation case on this one with how much you're defaming me right now. On more depressing news, I've got no artifacts. You're right, you better name John. Hey, don't diss John. Oh, look at this helmet. Oh, wait, hold up. Hold up. Oh no, let's roll this. Maybe this will roll into like everything crit rate. Objection hearsay? I still don't know what hearsay means. I had it explained to me. I still don't I still don't quite get what hearsay means. At the start of that court case, I asked, because it was like the only thing that they were saying in that court case. Every single time you see a clip, if someone said hearsay, and I was just genuinely confused. So I asked what it was. It was explained to me, and I still don't know. It didn't roll crit rate. No, thank you. I think it's just like when you try to like tell a story without knowing something. It's like telling a lie. That's what I heard. That's what I think I understood from it. It's like you're telling a lie. I don't fucking get it. I feel like when they start a public court case, they should go through some rules. Like, give me a guide on how this works. Like, I'll just give me a rundown of what some key words mean so I can like stay up to date. Anytime hearsay was like said, I just kind of zoned out. I didn't really know what they were talking about. Defeat 10 bosses, 11 domains. Okay. Let's go do bosses. Simply a report of another person's words by a witness. Hearsay basically means that the point is valid because the statement came from a third party that is unqualified. Invalid
Votes
because...
are made for transferring commodities back and forth.
Ah.
And those that come across Leo tend to
Ah, yeah. So it's like just like a lie. I'm gonna just summarize it to a lie. Just whenever someone says hearsay, just don't listen to them. I'm in with it. I'm in with it. I'm pretty much. I could go to court right now. I think I'm qualified to go to court with that information. Hearsay, objection relevance. That's another one. That's another big one. Objection relevance. What's another one they used? Objection argumentative. That's another big one. That was another big one. Objection, there's a weird guy on the stand. That's another big one that was there. Objection, this court case is odd. I'm getting weird vibes from the guy in the stand. Think of it as someone saying, a friend of a friend said that I'm handsome. Ah, yeah, so it's like way too, like, vague. And, yeah, I gotcha. No, I'm dumb, don't listen to me, but I get you, right? I get you. Like, I'm in full understanding. I gotcha. I'm one with the smart people now.
Beg for mercy.
I feel like the other ones are like, make sense though, right? Objection relevance. That one makes sense because I know the definition of relevance and everyone does, right? But I feel like, and then argumentative, it's like, oh, we can debate this one. But then like hearsay, why couldn't they just use another word that people know? Like objection, skepticism. Or something like that. Objection, objection, maybe not true, you know? I think when you said you understand is complete hearsay. Fuck, see, is that hearsay though? Yeah, that probably is hearsay because I didn't understand. This is why I'm not a court man. This is why I didn't go to law school, right? You know, it's definitely not to do that I didn't get the grades for it or anything like that, but I think this is the main reason, is that I just didn't understand what hearsay meant. I was just going through high school, people just yelling it out, hearsay, and I was like, what? And then I just got left in the dust. Everyone else became a lawman, and I'm just now
Beg for mercy.
playing Genpin Impact.
Crush. Yeah. Yeah.
What a time to be alive where that's a court case that happened. Another funny thing that happened with that court case, I don't know if you guys saw this as well, it was kind of like popular on TikTok for like a very short while. But it was like after the court case came to its conclusion, and I found this super funny. The court case came to its conclusion, and then like Amber Heard put like something on her like Instagram, and there was like 4 comments on the post. Yeah, there was 4 comments on a post that she like made about the court case after losing it. And then there was this person who commented on that thing, and they had like a bunch of followers, and they were like a LGBTQ person and whatnot. And then if you go to their post, if you go to that comment, and then you go to their account, and then you go to like their like number one post, that whole comment section of that post is just like people spamming Johnny Depp 1, L plus ratio, like it's just this random person just got targeted by Johnny Depp lovers, and just went to her account and just like demolished all her like essentially comment sections on all her posts. Now that's a very mean thing to do, but it was quite funny. I will be honest, quite humorous to just this random person just gets attacked. Oh, not really attacked, just the comments on her post just get fucked. That one was funny. I found that one very funny. Because, I will be honest, I thought Amber Heard was a lot more popular before everything happened. I didn't really know who she was. But when I saw that her post only had like 4 comments on it, I was like weirded out. I was like, what do you mean you have like a few 100,000 followers, but you don't have like not more than 1 is commenting on your goddamn video? I was kind of weirded by that. Objection leading or some? Yeah, they just did anything that was said in the court case, they just said to her in her comments. I hate this commission, but whatever. What was I saying just before? Yeah, I was confused why she has like 100,000 followers, but like only 4 people commented on that. It kind of like brewed a bit of suspicion in my mind that there's a lot of bots here. Maybe she removed hate comments. No shot you would go through 100,000 people's hate comments. No shot. If there was maybe like, if she had a lot less followers, I would believe that, but 100,000 people potentially commenting on your thing, unless you kind of like just had a team do it. Maybe they had a team do it. Maybe. And maybe that's plausible. Not gonna lie, I only learned about Amber Heard from this whole court case. I thought she was slightly more popular because she's in, like, I found out about Aquaman and that she's gonna be in Aquaman. Aqua. How do I say it? Aquaman. I heard that she was gonna be in Aquaman prior to this whole court case, and then I was like, oh, she's like a popular person because she's gonna be like the leading character or one of the leading characters in like a major blockbuster. And then she only has like 100k and only 4 people comment. I was like confused as fuck. She's like such a confusing person. I also saw her Twitter posts, and the only ones there are like supportive comments. You can ban words, I think. She just banned hearsay from all her comment sections. She banned the words objection, hearsay, argumentative, leading, all these just words from the court case. She banned them. She banned the letter L, no L plus ratios. She just banned every letter in the alphabet from happening in her comments, unless it was like a support thingy. What a scumbag. What a scumbag, dude. Let's, please don't miss, thank you. have seen the trailers, though, for Aquaman, and I've come to the conclusion that I don't think she was the best choice. I'm a massive believer, right? I should say this. I haven't watched Game of Thrones. I'm not a Game of Thrones consumer. I know it's a great place to be for a while, for a few seasons, but I haven't watched a single thing to do with Game of Thrones, except for maybe I think the first 13 minutes of the first episode. And with that said, Emilia Clarke is my favorite, one of my favorite female actors. I believe Emilia Clarke would make a great that character. Whoever that character is, I think Emilia would do a great job. And with that said, I want Amber Heard out of that movie and Emilia Clarke in that movie. Because Emilia is good. I like Emilia. Great actress.
Shudder. Freeze to the core.
I haven't watched any of it either. I don't see the appeal of Game of Thrones insane. There's something about Emilia that's like unhateable. She's a lovely person. Looks like a lovely person. That's what I'm saying. That's my ideology right now. Is just Emilia Clarke as just like an actress in like every movie, please. Can we get Emilia Clarke to be the Dwayne Johnson equivalent of the female gender? Right? Dwayne The Rock Johnson is in every single movie. You look at a movie, he's probably in it somewhere. Can we get Emilia to be the female variant? Can we just have her in there somewhere? Anywhere is fine, but somewhere. Like as a cameo, featured character, main villain, main protagonist. Anything. Anything is fine. Just have her there. I'm a lovely person too. Why don't you advocate for me to act the part? Objection hearsay? That's correct usage and I'm saying it. Objection, or no, argumentative. Objection, you're wrong. That's how I'm going to object from now. Objection, you're wrong, please. Objection. Objection, false man. False man vibes. Oh, where's this item, dude? I hate this commission. Yeah, I'm sorry, Tissue, but it's true. It's argumentative. It's hearsay. It's leading. It's objection, false brother. Objection, false. You know, I can't lie to myself, you know? Can't lie to myself. I gotta be honest. My coffee is still scalding hot. I can't even take a sip of my caffeinated beverage, dude. Dun 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 dun. Honest my ass, dude. You can't say that. You can't say that. Like, live on television? Like, if you were on national TV, you wouldn't say that. So why say it in my stream chat, huh? Why would you do that? You wouldn't say that on, you know, The Late Late Show with James Corden. You wouldn't say that on one of the other late shows with some other guy. The late night show with Jimmy Fallon. The moderately late show with Jimmy Kimmel. Oh, who's the other ones? The late show with that old guy with the white beard. Larry Bird. No, that's a basketball player. Stephen King is that's a book writer. The Late Show with Samuel L. Jackson. You wouldn't say that on that show, would you? So why do you think you have the right to say that in my stream chat? How dare you? Let's just say late shows. Yeah, but I need to know their name. I'm thinking I've got a face in my brain of the guy, but I don't know his name. He's like Larry King? No, that's that really old guy. I think he retired. Michael Bublé. I would be a bad actor myself. I can't even fake cry when my mother scolded when I was a child. To be quite frank, same. Just kind of look in there sus. You just darting your eyes around looking for like the nearest exit. Like a hit and run moment. It's tough. I can act like I know things. That's what I'm good at acting. I can act like I know something like the back of my hand. I can act like I've known this thing and used this product for 45 years of my life. I will not have used it once, but I can act like I have my whole life, guaranteed. The stream also counts as a late show because you're always late. Yeah. You know what? I'm actually Jimmy Fallon. That's about that one. I'm actually Jimmy Fallon.
Beg for mercy.
Take that
I
one.
condemn you.
There's many reasons actually this stream can be considered a late show tissue. I feel like that's the insulting version. How dare you as well insult me? You could have said that could be a late stream, late show because we do it late at night. Because it's late at night. But you chose the insulting reason. How dare you? Because you're always late. How? Okay. If by chance you're not always on time, and I'll bet $64 on that. I'll bet $64 on it. You've arrived at a doctor's appointment once late, or a dentist appointment one time late. You've done it. I've never arrived late to stream, and that's a fact. Because, I don't know if you guys ever pay attention to it, but I am constantly altering the stream time. I am always altering the stream time to fit when I'm gonna actually arrive. So I'm actually never late.
Rack and ruin. Crush.
If you pay very close attention to the stream time, just as it's about to start, you know, just about when 6 o'clock is about to tick over, I'll just change the time to 6:05. And then I have 5 more minutes. Maybe I'm going to be a bit later. 6:05 is about to tick over. I was about to say 6:10. That's not how it works. 6:10. I just cheated the system, and you guys can't do anything about it. I will change the time how I see fit. Geo immunity. I'm always so punctual. My school gave me the keys to the classroom because I'm so goddamn early.
More speed.
No. No. So what you don't know, what you have not understood, and this is something that it's fair enough that you didn't understand this because nobody knows this, but I'll explain it to you guys now because this is top secret information and I trust everyone here. Is that I'm actually everywhere. I'm something that you would call the Matrix, right? And so, for example, when you thought you were unlocking the door, it wasn't you unlocking the door to your classroom at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was actually me unlocking the classroom at 6 o'clock in the morning because you put the key in. That's fair enough. But I turn it. I was a ghost, right? I'm a ghost. I turned the key. Technically, I unlocked it. So I did it. Get wrecked. I'm earlier than you. I'm never late. You're always late. I'm always late. I mean, you're always late. I can't even. Oh, shit, dude. If it was the Matrix, you could have made our school lunch taste better. Discipline. Discipline, dude. What do you mean? Treat them like shit so they grow up expecting the worst. That's how you gotta do it. You don't treat children with respect. I can't even say it. You don't treat children with any amount of respect. How dare you say that? What are you talking about? Bro, sludge. Oil. Literally just a tub of oil in the back. Sludge from the ground. Mud. Muck. The Pokemon from the Muck Pokemon. Just put him on a plate. That's what you're in. Survival of the fittest. Who gets the worst bits? Unfortunate, really. Such an old man. Hey! Thank you. I will say this. Just a bit quickly about the game. Honkai has corrupted me. Honkai Impact has corrupted my brain. Because now when I'm playing Genshin Impact, I try to turn my camera with Q and E. Right? I try to turn the camera with Q and E, so I'll just take my right hand off the mouse. I'll put it like in my pocket or just hang it by the side. And I'll try to like turn the camera with Q and E and just end up using my skills. And I'm just sitting here like, why isn't the camera turning? It's, oh, this is a different game. And then I have to quickly grab my mouse. So Honkai has broken my mind.
More speed.
Honkai has just broken my mind. Or broken my playability of Genshin. Just because I've been playing it so much more frequently. I spend a lot more time on Honkai than Genshin. Genshin daily stuff, log on, log off. That's about it. Yeah, because in Honkai, like, obviously it's full keyboard control. I don't have a mouse. You can't really hook up a mouse. And so you turn the cameras with Q and E, right? Just to change your perspective and turn around. And just, because perspective-wise, the games are the same. You're just looking at the character from the back. And I'm like, oh, I forgot what game I'm playing. So I just press Q to turn the camera around. And I'm like, why isn't it turning? And then I realize, it's Eula. She's not in Honkai Impact. That's why. The controls, maybe, no, Genshin doesn't have full keyboard control, does it? That would be kind of crazy. It does have controller support. I tried out controller support, or the controller stuff on Genshin. It's not that good. Maybe it's just me that I didn't give it enough time, but I did not enjoy it. I tried it around the time that I was playing Honkai on controller, so I kind of had some reference, but did not feel that great. Wasn't that good. I also logged onto Honkai before I started stream. And tomorrow we'll have a few things to do. Tomorrow there's the Abyss. The Q Manifold, or whatever it's called. The Q Singular. I don't know what it's called still, but the Q thingy. We got that thing tomorrow. Oh, it's a big day for Honkai.
Shudder. More speed. Yes. Crush.
We're halfway to rank 58, or Adventure Captain level 58, which is Pog as well. 60 seems to be the last level of the starter event thingy, so that's good. We're getting to the end of the starter event, roughly, kind of halfway through the time frame, because this whole thing lasts for about 60 days. So that means I've been playing Honkai Impact for about a month, and gotten to Captain level almost 60, which is actually kind of Pog. I like that. Massive gains. 7 o'clock. Wow. And let me blast with this dialogue with Zhongli really quickly. Because I don't want to... listen, I'm not voicing him again. It's not happening. Oh, look! He really is over there! No, I'm not going to do it. I can't do it. Archaic stone this, archaic stone that. I wish this was voiced. Speaking of not voicing things, I was all day today, maybe not all day, I've been writing a script for a series of videos that I want to do about Genshin and Honkai. And I'm not going to say too much about it because it's like still not that well made or not that well put together. But it's a series of different videos centered around the point of just looking at both Honkai and Genshin and the massive differences, but each video focusing on a distinctly different topic. And I think it's going to be a very nice video, or nice series of videos. Might be 3 or 4. And that kind of also tells you what I'm going to be talking about in one of them, is the lack thereof dialogue for certain characters. Specifically, the Travella. But yeah, I was writing a script for that all day, which was pretty pog. It's pretty close to almost done, at least one of them. And then I need to fine tune it
More speed.
and get it all nice and polished. No spelling errors, punctuation, grammar. Where is this? Where is this quest taking me? Lee Su. Lee Su. What does this guy want? What is this quest? Oh, this is that random quest that was released at the start of the thing, wasn't it? It's like a... Oh, this is like a weirdly long one. Yeah, okay, this is a weird quest. When you said I was writing a script, my immediate thought was Joneson's short film. Then you said for a video, so I'm... Yes, I'm actually directing a movie and collabing with Steven Seagal to actually write a script for a movie. Yeah, that is the what's happening. How dare you assume otherwise? I'm actually teaming up with all like the Hollywood directors to write a script. You know, Steven Seagal, Steven Spielberg, Jason Statham, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. You know, The Rock, Dwayne's brother, Bruce Lee. It's true. I didn't say anything. I didn't say any otherwise, dude. No, I'm actually like in cahoots with them. I don't know if you know this, but I'm actually Robert De Niro. I'm not even gonna say that. What a man, the myth, and the legend Robert De Niro is. We got some wood. Oh, we need wood. Pine wood and red dye. Why is this quest so slow? What is this quest? This quest has no value. There's a lot of things in Genshin that have no value. What does this do? Just give me the item that you want to give me and get on with life. Fucking ass. I can't remember what time I wanted me to wait to. 18. Genshin. Hopefully we'll get some good Yelan artifacts.
You want to learn some familiar...
Hopefully we will. I don't think I'm going to do the weekly bosses on my American account anymore. Or maybe one of them. Actually, I'm not going to do them today. I'll do them another day. I just don't see any value. I need artifacts. But then again... no. Hopefully we get some good artifacts, because actually off stream I did get a good artifact. I should say that. My Yelan has one good tenacity of the Millilith piece. I will say this. One good flower. It is a net gain in everything, essentially. It's a net gain, but not by much. I think it's like a slight crit damage boost. Slight crit damage boost. Show it. There's a few things you have to take into consideration, Tissue. We're not on that account. Right? And as you can tell, we're in the middle of dialogue. So I would show it, right? I would. But there's a few things stopping me. Just a handful of things. Dialogue, wrong account. And, yeah. Because I apparently have to brew tea with Yelan, or Eula. Who is this character? Young Jin. I don't fucking know, bro. This is weird relevance to a character that doesn't matter. Yes, Young Jin. Ring of Raining Blades. Does this mean anything to me finding my sibling? No. Bro, how many How the fuck did I get... What? Did I just walk off the edge? I did? Yeah, I'll show when we get on. I'm gonna put all my resin today into doing that, and then I'll do my weekly bosses like throughout the week by myself. Cause you still gotta grind those prototypes for when Sumeru launches to get all the weapons. You gotta get all those free craftable weapons. When's the last? Oh, you know, I just had a thought on the terms. How much of this quest is? How long is this quest? Oh God. In regards to craftable weapons, the last time they had a craftable weapon be gotten from just like a new zone has been so long. Pretty much Dragonspine. Dragonspine was the last time there was a craftable weapon from just a random zone. Which brings the question of why didn't the Chasm or Enkanomiya have just a craftable weapon that you get from a puzzle, like Dragonspine did? This is a question that I'm asking myself now. Why did Mihoyo miss out on this very good opportunity to introduce more player power, or more potential player power, from these two other zones? Because obviously you can say that the 5 weapons that you get from Inazuma are like you get from the world, but they are just technically that zone's weapons, so it doesn't count, in my eyes at least. So I'm just thinking, they should have added, like, obviously Enkanomiya had its own 4-star weapon, but Dragonspine's had 2 other weapons that you get from events. They could have added easily just one craftable recipe for a weapon that you just get from Enkanomiya and the Chasm. And they should do that with every zone, in my opinion. Just, you get this random craftable weapon, just in a random puzzle, from this one zone, and it's a random-ass weapon. Has to have no connection to any character or anything like that, just a random-ass weapon. And the one that you get from Chasm could have some relevance to Xiao's gameplay, like gameplay-wise Xiao. Or, Yalan, Yanfei. Who else was relevant there? I don't even know. But yeah, they've missed out on an opportunity to introduce a lot more fun stuff to grind and cooler weapons. But what's new, right? What's new on Genshin Impact missing out on potential things? I jest. I don't jest, actually. I don't jest. This will have to be done in my own time, and I've still got one Ningguang. I've got all 4 of Ningguang's endings to do. That'll all be done in due time. And now, the roll is here. Who's ready for a 5-star? I think I'm due for a 5-star anyway. I think I'm due for a 5-star. I haven't gotten one in a while. Let's take a look at the history, right? Take a quick gander at the history. I think I'm pretty much due. Yeah, it's been about 35, 34. It's been about 35, 34. I think I'm pretty much due. Send it. Game's trash. That's fine, actually. It's fine. It's fine. I wasn't expecting anything. We're saving this. Oh, no, you know what? We're not saving this. I'm gonna use my... Do we want to use my fragile resin? Riddle me this. Well, not riddle me. No one's riddling me anything. Okay. This account, let me give you guys the rundown really quickly. This account that we're playing right now isn't gonna be buying, isn't gonna be rolling on any other characters except Eula Constellations and Eula's weapon, right? Because I've pretty much got everything that I ever need on this account for the rest of like Genshin's history, unless they add extreme power creep. So with that in mind, so do I just spend fragile resin always on Eula's artifacts until I get a good, like, just until she's like the perfect character? Do we want to do that? That's 100% true for first. That's true. Then yeah, use your fragile resin for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is because we're literally, this account is only saving to get a free-to-play C6 Eula with an R5 of her weapon, which is going to take like the next 2 years of my life. But that's what we're building for. And I'm not, like, this account is essentially not rolling on any new characters anytime soon. Maybe weapons, but that's not important for Fragile Resin rolling. Weapons are neither here nor there, right? So let's just get on the train of using Fragile Resin. I'm doing it. We're doing it. If we 100% buy that statement, then using Fragile Resin won't be a problem. Yeah, there's no character that I want anymore, though. Even if they add a new one. Here's my logic. Here's my logic behind this. Let me show you my logic. This account... You know what? I could have instantly lied just then, because I don't have a Dendro DPS. But here's my logic. I have a main DPS in every element on this account. Or all the elements that matter, right? Cryo / physical, pure cryo, animo, hydro, pyro. I don't need more than this for fucking pyro. This is god tier pyro. To an extent, geo. And then I don't, and then this is like also geo. And then Dendro is the only one that I don't have. Now, on the smallest chance that a good Dendro DPS comes out on the launch of Sumeru, I might think about rolling for that. But that's also a maybe. That's like a massive maybe. But that's pretty much my reason for not rolling on any other characters, because I've got just like a pretty big kitted out team in terms of every element. Except Pyro and Geo, but listen. And Pyro's good, Yenfei's good, Geo's actually my weakest. Arataki Ito, maybe. Maybe just get an Arataki just for the fun of it.
More speed.
Nah. He's kind of shit, isn't he? With the worst DPS in the game. One of the worst.
Judgment, punishment. Teamwork is dreamwork. Beg for mercy. Vengeance will be mine. Eye for an eye. More speed.
Nice. Yo, when are we thinking the next Eula rerun's gonna be? Any thoughts, boys? Any thoughts on the next Eula rerun? Any massive thinkers got any ideas? Terrible. Anyone want to give me a nice speculation for another Eula rerun? It's not next patch. I already have information on next patch. Don't worry about it. I already know the banners for next patch. And I won't talk about them. Well, maybe I will. You know what? I will. I've seen the banners for next patch. Because I just have. And if people don't want to hear about them, we'll step aside. Spoiler time. It is there is a man in the next banner, or in the next next patch of banners. There is a man, and this man, I think, is the only man I respect.
Rack and ruin.
No, that's actually wrong. I respect multiple men, but it is a good man by the name of Kazuha. He's in there. I've read and seen pictures of Kazuha being in the next patch. As well as everyone's favorite Yoimiya. Everyone's favorite. And there was another character. There was two character banners. Sorry, there was three character banners. I can't remember who the third one was. There's one double rerun, and then I think Yoimiya's by herself. I think. Kazuha and... Is it Kazuha and Klee? No, it's not. Or... I can't even remember. 1 second. I'd probably just be able to find it by looking up patch banners 2.8. Oh! 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 Whoa, 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 we're back! Hold it! Hold it! We're back. We're back, we're back, we're back. Hold up. Yes, hello. Oh, God, I'm gonna have a heart attack if that continues to happen. I'm gonna have some sort of heart failure, explosion, implosion. Something's gonna happen to me because of that. Yes, we're back. Listen, I didn't get any information. I think it's better if I just look it up through my phone from now on. That's what I've noticed. If I just do anything else on my PC, it just fucking dies. Oh, wait, you want to say anything? Thank you. Listen, I'll look it up in a second. I'm gonna look it up and we're gonna know. Don't worry about it.
Eye for an eye.
I'll get you guys the information. Watch this. Ready? Watch this. You do it on the cellular device, away from the actual thing. Right? We go here, we do this. We click that button. We click that button. We click here as well. And we go 2.8 Genshin banners. Right? We click this button. It's Klee. Yes, it's Klee. Now, the order... I believe it was... Kazuha and Klee and then Yoimiya by herself. That's the order I believe it was in. It was Kazuha and Klee and then Yoimiya by herself. So, if you want... And it's in that order. So, phase 1, Kazuha and Klee. Phase 1. Listen, it's an easy Kazuha roll. Don't fucking think about getting Klee. She's pretty much useless in today's meta. Oh! Come on. Surely it rolls into god tier just Jews. Hold up. Sorry, that must have been loud in the mic. My bad. I just kind of screamed into it. But, ooh, that is a juicer helmet. If it rolls energy recharge right here. Oh, where is it? Where's the helmet? This one. I did replace it for this thing, but okay, surely it just rolls into crit damage 7,000 times. Please. Please. Hold up. No, it's a crit rate one. This one. Right. Okay. Let's go. I heard louder. Good. Good. Good, 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 good. Okay, okay, we're in the business. We're in the business. The business is in. We're in the business. We're in the sauce, the business, the juice, and the froth. Bam. Ugh. Let's go. Okay, so far, really good. Okay. One more. Okay, here it is. Okay, no, it's a DPS increase. It's a DPS increase, albeit minute DPS increase nonetheless. The attack is okay. This is a moment of utmost focus because this is skill-based rolling. Skill-based rolling. Okay, energy recharge. Here's the thing. Oh, okay. I think it's a net bad. It needed... I think it actually needed every single roll into crit damage to be usable. I think it did need every roll into crit damage to be used because this current piece that we're using has 20% attack on it as well as 14 crit damage. So this is a net DPS loss. This last one could go into crit damage, and it could be testable to see which one does more. But it goes into HP, so it's useless. I think I'll just keep it just because it's okay. I was going to get rid of it immediately, but... Let's unlock this one, because this one's terrible. We'll keep it because it's okay. It's pretty mid. Yeah, okay, well, listen, I'm now depressed. Yeah, whatever. Whatever, it is what it is. Ah, bro, the one time there was a sliver of happiness, it disappears in the blink of an eye. It disappears in the blink of an eye. Back onto the banners. Sorry, back onto the banners. We stopped halfway through because we got a god tier artifact. Yeah, listen, it is Kazuha Klee first phase in patch 2.8 and then Yoimiya after. Listen, if you want to roll for Klee, do it. But she's like the one of the jankiest 5 stars in the game.
Crush. More speed.
That's just the real source right now. She ain't that fun to play anymore.
Rack and ruin.
when her meta involves jumping at certain points and whatnots, it's kind of trash. Not really. She's still good, but I just know. I guess I don't like her playstyle. And then Kazuha is obviously instant value. Literally 100% roll rate on him, like, for everyone. Everyone's going to be rolling on the Kazuha banner, let's be honest. Every single person is. If you say you're not, you're lying, because you probably will. And that's just how it is. And there's no shame in admitting that. There's no shame in admitting that you're going to be rolling on Kazuha's banner. I myself might even roll on his weapon banner on my American account, even though I am saving for the Archon. I might roll on the weapon banner just because if I did have his weapon on him, I could have a mega Kazuha. I could have a mega Zuha. And then I farm out Viridescent Helmet with the Elemental Mastery, massive gains. And then obviously Yoimiya's banner in phase 2 of it is going to be, like, pretty heavily rolled on just because, like, well, it's going to be heavily rolled on because, well, is it? I think her weapon banner is going to be a lot more popular. Now that I think about it, I think Yoimiya's weapon banner, which is going to have the Thundering Pulse on it, is going to be a lot more popular. And they might put some other... I think they're going to put a... Maybe the Staff of Homer is going to be with Yoimiya's banner. But then that banner would be way too high value. That would be literally 2 best weapons in the game, essentially, on one banner, and they would never do that. But Klee doesn't necessarily have a signature weapon, so they might do Kazuha's sword and then Staff of Homer, because Staff of Homer hasn't been here in a while, if I remember correctly. Since I have C1, I might make him C2 for 1.2k EM. Fair enough. Go for it, why not? You know what, it's just super hard to skip his banner. I might roll on him, depending on what information we get about the next patch after 2.8. If there's a 2.9, if 2.9 is after 2.8, then I might roll on him. If it goes 2.9 and then straight into 3.0, which I have heard is going to be a thing, I have heard that that's going to be a thing. If it's that, then I probably won't roll on him. Freedom Spawn will be most likely with the Sacred Winds. Why? Is there any reason for that, or is that how it's always been? Is that how, like, every time it's been in the banner, it's always been? Because I don't think it'll be like that. Because Klee doesn't have a signature weapon. So they can just put whatever the fuck weapon they want. Unless... I guess it has to be a catalyst, doesn't it? Yeah, and then mine, it might be that one then. Yeah, you're actually true. I totally forgot that, like, she is a catalyst and it has to be... Yeah, there has to be a weapon that is a catalyst for one character. Even though the character... Every 5-star should have a signature weapon at this point. I don't know why they don't. It's weird. Yeah, it's a DPS catalyst. That's a good reason. Oh, whatever.
Solidify. You can't run. Punishment.
Okay, actually, never mind. That's actually alright for me, because that means that Eula's weapon... Because here's the thing. The Freedom Sworn and the Song of Pines usually... Were they released together? I think so. I think they were released together. Ecclesias is a 4-star craftable. The Dodoko Tails. It wasn't craftable. You got it from an event. Yeah, I know that's a signature weapon, but because she's a 5-star, she should... Yeah. I think every 5-star should have a signature 5-star weapon. Kind of makes sense. I don't care if the Dodoko Tail... The Dodoko Tails should have been a 5-star event weapon. Healer Eula? Oh, God, dude. Oh, please don't. Please. Can she heal in any way? Imagine if Eula had a constellation that lets her heal in some way. And someone actually made a healer Eula. That would be funny. Just... one of her constellation is like... healing bonus causes her burst to do a massive chunk of healing. Or something like that, or her elemental skill to siphon HP. And someone made that. I feel bad for the Fragile Resonance one. Oh yeah, it feels terrible. This feels terrible. I feel like I'm wasting. But listen, I got nothing else to use it on, so... I could use it on making other characters stronger, but listen, I just want my Yule to be... Okay, to be quite frank with you, there's like one artifact that's setting me back, and it's this thing. This is the only thing that's setting me back. If I could just replace one of the HP stats with crit rate right now, we're in. My Eula's bussin'. My Eula's bussin', because that's all we're lacking, right? We get like at least 4 to 6% crit rate on that artifact. We go up to 75, and I'm in the sweet spot. And then I just need to get a better weapon, i.e. her own signature weapon, the Song of Sacred Pines or whatever the fuck, or a crit damage claymore, which comes in the form of the Stone Red Thresher, which is not that great for her, but as well, potentially, the Mistsplitter Reforged two-hander. Right? Imagine a two-hander Mistsplitter Reforged. Heals herself by taking her allies' HP. Hey, bro, you said it, I was thinking it, let's get on it. Eula heals everyone by killing the enemy team. Let's get on it.
Shudder.
Why not?
I condemn you.
Imagine, oh my god, my Eula could be, oh, the Mistsplitter Reforged. Oh, but just two-hander. They really need to expand those series. I don't know if they just like don't want to, but I think that's a, oh, that's actually like 4 or 5 helmets today. A lot more crit rate will be good. I can't not do like higher than, I need to be higher than like 70% crit rate to feel satisfied. And the Pine's Hide Dinger's base attack is scary. Wait, does the Pine of Song Dream whatever have a high base attack? I thought it was a I know it's a physical claymore.
Solidify.
Beg for mercy.
But I honestly don't know what that weapon is. Mistsplitter boosts elemental damage, so like I would no, the crit damage on it will still be better. I think.
More speed. Crush.
Or it would be extremely good still. It would be like Eula's second best weapon after her signature. 100%. Because Eula still does do elemental damage, right? Like that's the reason the Mistsplitter Reforged is like so good on Ayaka is because you can make all of her damage just elemental damage. Right? If she had any part of physical damage still consistently throughout her kit, you probably wouldn't use the Mistsplitter that much on her, you would probably use Jade Cutter. But because she fully transforms all her damage to elemental, that's why the Mistsplitter is like the highest value. Its base attack is level 90, is 740, really? 741? That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. 20% fizz. The fizz doesn't matter. To be quite frank with you, like, there's a lot of diminishing returns on stacking elemental bonus. What I've noticed in this game. Like, I remember, what was it? I tried to do a damage test a while ago when I was like still on my like Eula C3 hype train, and I tried to do a damage test, and essentially what happened was, I was using the 4-star Dragonspine Claymore. I had a physical chalice. I ate some physical food. And then I did a damage test. And the damage was near the same as if I didn't have the food, because I did a test with the food buff and without the food buff. And so there's a lot of diminishing returns in physical damage bonus, which then that doesn't really matter if then that sword has like low physical damage bonus on it, because it doesn't fucking matter. Same thing with Thundering Pulse and Yomea, absolutely. Ooh, if that rolls crit rate, potential replacement. I won't lock it though. Yeah, like Eula has a bit of diminishing returns on physical, so I think that the low physical on that makes sense. I was about to take a sip of my coffee, but I didn't want to. I think the only thing that you really want from the Song Dragon Pine weapon, whatever the fuck it's called, is the attack speed, right? That's really all you want on Eula, is attack speed. You don't really need anything else.
Freeze to the core.
Because all you're trying to do on her is get her burst to get to 30 stacks, right? Everything else is irrelevant. All this damage that I'm doing here is moderately irrelevant if that thing just does 331,000 casually, right?
More speed.
So if you can get, like, and then you get C6, you know, and then attack speed, it's like, yeah, you really just only want attack speed. That's why you always get attack speed when you use Eula in any event. You get more stacks. Terrible artifact. And we don't have enough resin anymore. You know, a Mist Splitter... It would be kind of really interesting to see a Mist Splitter Spear. Like, on a Eula... not a Eula, sorry. A Mist Splitter Spear on a Hu Tao. To see what would be stronger, the Staff of Homer or the Mist Splitter Spear. That's something that I would be interested in seeing. Because whilst they're both very good weapons, and Staff of Homer is built for Hu Tao, maybe the Mist Splitter Spear would probably give you more value because of the elemental damage bonus instead of just attack bonus on HP. Because that's, I believe, what the Homer does. Yeah. The Mist Splitter series is already the Engulfing Lightning, sadly. Oh yeah, true it is. I totally forgot that exists. I have it on this account. Totally forgot that exists. True. I have it on 2 accounts. Why the fuck am I not knowing? Alright, that's true. Well, oh well. What? We don't have a... Oh, whoa. Then are we counting the fact that... No. I think you'd have to, but are we counting the donut? Are we really counting the donut as a Mist Splitter series? No way, right? I know it looks the same, but no way. This thing is ass. It's so disgusting. The Mist Splitter is Kagura's rarity? Thank God. Thank God. I'm thanking higher power for that one. What a disappointing weapon. I know it's already been talked about, but what a disappointing weapon. And it's all because it's HP. Well, back to the prototype Amber because it's better. Let us accept this stuff and take a look at that one artifact that we got. We got Uno good artifacts, and let's switch to the other account as well after we do this. Eula, please on God, just get a better artifact. This bad boy, near impossible to replace, but surely we can do it, right? Pale Flame. We need attack percent, and that's it. Already just gives me defense percent. God damn it. This one. This one, yep. Let's go. If it rolls crit rate, instant 20. Crit rate, and it's an instant 20. This is a good situation to be in. Out of all the situations possible, this is a pretty good one. This is really good. Now, we're not going to get in over our heads because that is what Genshin is good at doing, is you get hyped, you get excited, and then all your dreams and ambitions are crushed under the foot of the major conglomerate designer building of MiHoYo. They squish you like the rat you are. So we won't get too excited. We'll just level it up to 20. And it just goes there. To be quite frank, I'm not gonna use it. It's like, it's good. It's, you know, listen, like, it's good, but 1 to 2 rolls in crit rate would have been a slightly better. Like, would have been actually, like, if anything, phenomenal. If those 2 rolls that went into EM went crit rate, that would have been prime. Just because it is a 2.7 roll in crit rate instead of 3.9. If it was a 3.9, that would be a pretty easy replacement because that's a 5% difference. But this is like about a 6 to 7% difference, which is a bit major. So, I'm not going to use it, but it's going to be saved as an artifact that has 20 plus crit damage on it. So, there we go. That's okay. It's okay. We weren't expecting anything too phenomenal. It's just that EM screwed us over there. If this was any other character, the EM would be absolutely phenomenal. You know, that's actually really annoying. You should see my luck in artifacts. Well, listen, this is a one-off chance, dude. This is not my general luck either. If this was any other character, it would have been fine to go EM. But because it's Eula, the one physical character in the game, it's terrible. God damn it. What a game. The one time I'm building a physical character and it sends me EM. Now, that's just unfortunate. That's really, really unfortunate. Now, time for some Yelan gameplay. This character is absolutely phenomenal. And I just didn't speak English. If you guys have played this character in the test run, you will know that this character is really fun. And that is like the only reason I fucking play this character right now. She's actually so fun to play. Her as a bow character, her attack pattern is probably the most likable attack pattern out of all the bow characters. This whole thing. And then her E, right? I fucking like this character. Her initial, ult initial hits, more if they're pyro now. That is true. And her burst initial hit can do a lot of damage. Like I will say, if you do the reaction, it does do a lot of damage. Specifically if you've got a C3, which boosts her burst. So yeah, I guess if you do the reaction, can be pretty big. But what's this? It's like a specific situation that you have to be in. Because you have to do 2 Eula skills into then a Bennett field. Sorry, a Bennett E then field, and then switch Eula burst, right? Because you have to pre-farm the 2 things to then do that. So it is like a bit of a potential thing, but it's not. Yeah, it's a situational thing that you have to get into the specific rotation or do. You just have, yeah. Dommy Mummy, true, Yen found life support. Listen, Yenfei's only here for pyro application to cause massive reactions. Look at this. Look at this damage. Hold up, let me get the right stuff going on here. Do one of these. Do one of those. Do that. He's not getting afflicted with pyro. 103k just cause? 103k because I just could? Now. Ain't that something? 18k because that's RNG?
Wind Strider. Gather.
Busted.
Just another 103k? Ugh! Just another hundo. Just dropping hundos like there's no tomorrow. This character's bussin' cheeks, man. Actually bussin' cheeks. And we're instantly going to be spending resin again. We're doing the infamous domain that we all know. Tenacity of the Millilith. To more tenacity of the Millilith. Let's get rid of you and add you just because of fluidity. I wonder if there's an off-field pyro applicator out there. Yeah, you can do Zhangling, but I just find that I don't like on this account she's not that well built. Like she's all the way down here somewhere. Level 80, she's got nothing. I don't really have anything to use her. That's why. I know she's better, but what do you want from me? I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Stabilize.
I'm sorry. I can't do it.
One with nature. Order guide you.
Order guide you.
Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey.
Yeah, like, I'm not even going to try to build jangling, though, because I'm not really that fussed about getting Yelan's skill to hit massive one time in the middle of a fight, right? It'll just do the damage that it does, and that's it. That could have been HP percent, but it's not. Oh yeah, the artifact that I got. That's that artifact that I got. I'll show you guys the one artifact that I got that's really good for tenacity. Hold up. Look at this. I got this yesterday or the day before. It's a flower. Tenacity. Yeah, this one. So the one on the left currently what we got equipped, which is Emblem of Severed Fate, and the one on the right is what we got. So it's a net gain in everything except attack percent, but attack percent is negligible because she doesn't scale off of it in any way. So this is actually a really good artifact piece. A crit rate boost, crit damage boost, elemental mastery. 10 out of 10 piece. That's the piece I got yesterday or the day before. Things about to get dicey? They are. They are about to get dicey. She's the memeiest character as well.
I will have order.
Memester of a character.
Solidify.
Busted.
She's just doing casual high numbers.
Wind and cloud.
It's nothing.
Time to go.
Bam, another set, another artifact. Ito's a meme legend too. He's something. I won't say meme legend, but he's definitely a glitch in the matrix. Useless. To be quite frank, I'm personally indifferent about Ito. He has some good lines though. I think the lines that he had in the what was the event called? The Inazuma Festival event. I don't know what it was called. But the lines that he had in that were really good. I kind of found him
Quietly now.
negligible in the most recent quest. Him and Paimon are a bit annoying.
Fun is over.
Just my opinion, maybe, but yeah. His happy birthday line. I don't have him on anywhere. I kind of wish I did, though. I don't have him. But I can assume that he sings some sort of rap, song. He talks about how good he is. Just the general Ito things. This could roll even better. This could roll even better. He rolls crit rate. That could be amazing. He beatboxes. You know what? Now I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Because my brother has Ito. And I think I know exactly... Maybe not exactly how it goes, but I get the general premise of the line. If memory serves correct.
Fallen leaves adorn my.
Gotcha.
He's a meme lord.
I will have order.
He was made to be funny.
Busted.
That's true. His over-the-top bragging about made me want to see him get tied up by Ilana or something. He's over-the-top just existence. Listen, I can handle him in small doses. Oh, bro, can I get a HP one, please? Can we get a HP Sans, dude? Please! Oh, come on, man. So, Bendova, hey, what's up, Jeff? Welcome. Bondage and femdom. Listen, there are points in this Archon quest that I think Ito does get annoying. And, you know, a large amount of the community will disagree because they're like, oh, I love the characters and I love the interactions. But god damn it, dude, it's a serious topic. We're talking about being stuck in a cave and he's out here talking about,
There is no escape.
like, fucking plums and whatnot. I don't know what he called Paimon. He's talking about plums and shit. It's like, get real, dude. We're stuck in a cave.
Gotcha.
The game knows you want HP. I do want HP, but on this account, right? Here it is. The 5th condensed resin. We still got 4 more after this. See, can we make the substats slightly better? Oh, misery. Can we make the substats slightly better? Just the crit rate or a crit damage in there would be good. Just a bit of a crit rate, crit damage. Any of those two in any combination is absolutely fine.
Into the wind. Illusion shattered. Things are about to get dicey. Inazuma shines eternal.
Nice. Look at that damage. The Raiden Yelan combo. The dream team. No. Yelan looks like she's from Fontaine or something. Wrong zone, my friend. Wrong zone. The correct zone you are thinking of is Snezhnaya. You are actually thinking of Snezhnaya, and there is a reason you should be thinking of Snezhnaya. It's because of her cape. I believe there's a line that she has, actually. Oh yeah, we also did unlock all the dialogue. I'll go through that after we finish the artifact runs, but there's a line about her coat. I don't know where the hell it is, though.
Do you know much about weasel thieves?
No, which line is it? She has a line about her coat or some shit. Deception or whatnot, but yeah. Where she talks about, is it this one?
Are links.
This one?
Exchanging information has clues. The reason I'm willing to bet on you is because of your special status. I think it'll bring me a lot of leads that can get me closer.
Might be one of
to
these
the
two.
truth.
But her coat is connected to Snezhnaya. I won't spoil anything because, you know, it's a bit of information that's interesting, but you can find it out online, something to do with her coat. It's connected to Schnezzy Boy. The Schnezmeister.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
There is no escape.
This is order.
Damn. Yeah, it is.
Quietly.
Well, I guess I can say it. I don't know. Like, if you're going to look it up, I'm going to be talking about the coat. Why not? Apparently, this is what happened with her coat. You'll always see, if you pay attention to many cinematics of Genshins, you'll notice that in that cutscene cinematic thing that they have on YouTube where it shows off all the zones and, like, the featured character of that zone, it goes through Mondstadt, Diluc, and then does Liyue, which I believe is Ningguang, or the Kaching or someone, and then it goes to Inazuma, and it's Ayaka and all that. That's cinematic, right? Once it gets to Snezhnaya, it shows a guy sitting on a throne, we presume is the Tsaritsa, and a lot of the characters are wearing a fur coat thing like this, and also all the Fatui guys are wearing this fur coat thing. And apparently the story behind the coat is that this coat... Now hear me out here. I'm not making this up. It might sound like I am. Apparently this coat was meant to be the Tsaritsa's coat. Let that sink in for a second. Yeah, apparently the coat was meant to be the Tsaritsa's coat, but Yelan, like, intercepted the delivery of the coat to the Tsaritsa, and then just made it her own. So that's the story behind this fur coat that Yelan is wearing. Not the Tritzes, though. A Fatui Harbinger, Pulsinella. Yeah, listen, that's probably true, actually. The guy on the throne, or the chick on the throne is Pulsinella. That is true. You are absolutely correct. I totally forgot that they are existing. Yeah. But yeah, this code is the Tritzes, apparently. And I think they got that line... Oh, to be quite frank, it might be in the story one. Oh, here it is. The fascinating bracelet and the white silk mantle. Here we go. Let me read this for you guys. Throughout Yolan's intelligence career so far, there has been one memorable operation that fuses both failure and success together. One could say that it was a failure because she lost a family heirloom named the Fascinating Bracelet during that operation. The inside of the jade bracelet is engraved with a spell passed through her line that turns the heirloom into a simple communication device. However, the spell requires a pair of such vessels to work. Now that only one bracelet is left, there is no more than a mere accessory. However, the operation also proved a successful alarm because her enemy did not get the upper hand either. And this enemy of hers was no ordinary character. It was none other than Regrada. There we go. She encountered the 9th Fatui Harbinger. I totally forgot that he was also mentioned. Yolan infiltrated a secret trade route that was run by Regrada behind the scenes, intercepting the goods and picking the most precious ones of them as compensation for her bracelet. Now there once existed a strange mystical beast. In times of old, a robe made from its fur would be worth a fortune, and due to its rarity, such a robe is exceptionally hard to procure. In fact, the beast is so powerful that although it died centuries ago, its body remains intact today, and its fur still emits a mysterious fragrance. Regrada had intended it as an offer to the Tsaritsa, yet Yolan unexpectedly intercepted it. Not only that, she also rejected the style that Shneznayans had chosen for the Tsaritsa. She yanked the fur off, combined it with Liyue's Raimi yarn, and made a rather fashionable sleeved mantle for herself. This series of happenings could be seen as significant or insignificant depending on one's perspective. Ultimately, it all boils down to 3 words: gains and losses. Yeah, I saw that post, or that like part about the coat on Reddit, I believe, and I was like, that's very interesting, because it's literally, the coat does not look like it's from Liyue. The coat, if you look at, like, listen, Shneznaya is like the only zone in the game where you need a woolly area on the piece of clothing in order for Tui wear it. So if you put 2 and 2 together, you're like, yeah, that's not very Liyue themed. And listen, this part here and whatnot, the tail, you know, it all is all very Shneznayan themed. So I was very curious about it, and now that we actually have the answer, it's very interesting. And I'm also expecting that we meet that beast, or we can like, when we get to Shneznaya and like explore that area, the beast that we got this coat from is going to be somewhere in the map. That's a guarantee right there. You're going to be able to go near it, see the corpse. It's going to emit heat. You're going to get sunburnt, something like that. When the first time I saw her official art, my mind immediately said that it's not very Liyue. Yeah, I know, right? That's the first thing I think everyone was like, this is not Liyue? You gotta connect this character to Liyue? Fatui and Natlan be sweating since it's Pyro Nation. It would be very funny if we just didn't encounter any Fatui in that land just because of the climate difference. It would be very interesting if that's just how it worked. They were like, this is really hot. We're not gonna be doing anything here. We're like, we can't stand it right now. I think that would be a very interesting bit of story, but I doubt it's going to happen.
The wind knows it.
Game's up. Time's over. Now you
This weather's kind of not up my vibe right now. I'm going to leave. But it seems to me that the next Fatui Harbinger that we're going to meet is either Regrada or Dodore. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting for right now. Or maybe Scaramouche again, but I feel like Scaramouche is going to be one of these, like, Fatui Harbingers that we never get to meet, like, more than once, like on a consistent basis. So I think the next... There's a lot of Regrada information happening a lot right now. Like, he was mentioned in the Archon quest, he was mentioned here in Yolan, he was mentioned as the 9th, so he's not super strong, but he's not super weak, you know? He's a good one to be introduced next. Because Tartaglia is the 11th. I don't know who's 10th. La Signora was 8th. And so, you know, just the next one, 9. Just chuck in a 9.
shine down.
Like, number 9 is good.
Busted.
Scaramouche. They're hinting Regman, perhaps he'll make an appearance soon? Let's hope so. I do hope so. Because here's the thing, we haven't met a Harbinger since... Listen, I'm not going to count the Scaramouche appearance in the event. This is a personal thing for me. If you can't replay the part where you see a character, it's not canonical. So whatever happened in the Inazuma event, that I don't really count that as actually appearing. So, the last time we saw a Harbinger was literally La Signora's death. Right? That was the last time we saw a Harbinger. Or was it the quest after where... No, that was the... Yeah, no, it was La Signora's death. We haven't seen a Harbinger since then. So it's like, it's about time a Harbinger makes their way into the goddamn scheme, right? So I want him to appear first. Fair enough if you want to beat him up. That's fair enough, dude. I don't know what he did to you personally, but fair enough.
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds come.
Quake! Order guide you.
According to the wiki, Regrator is Pantalone. Oh yeah, I remember looking at the wiki when we first found out about Regrator during one of the quests. And I was also looking up,
Into the wind.
and I don't know if we came to the conclusion of Pantalone, but we came to some sort of conclusion that he's the Jester. Regrator is the Jester, apparently, or something along those lines. What was that? Or did I just come to that myself? I don't know. But yeah. Because we don't have definitive names of them, and I don't think we ever will, I think we'll always be like living in mystery of who's who. We'll always be living in mystery, so yeah. He's the merchant. Oh, you know what? Merchant kind of makes a bit more sense now that we know that he was smuggling. Actually, what was the line in Yolan's thing? Did it say smuggling, or was it, like, selling? Hold up. Because this is just, like, the best way to find out. Go here, and what does it say that Regrator was doing? Yolan infiltrated the secret trade route. That was run by trade routes. Oh yeah, so okay, means that he's probably a trader, merchant, because he has a trade route. But I guess that also could not mean much. Yeah, honestly, listen, this is the thing. When it's up to skepticism, I don't really care in the end. Until we have definitive answers of who's who, then it is what it is, and we'll figure out eventually. Piera the Jester, probably... Piera sounds a bit more jestery than Regrator. The thing is, the word Regrator, I can't even remember what its raw definition was.
Quietly now.
It has an actual definition to the word, but I just can't remember.
Illusion shattered, torn to oblivion. Gotcha.
This level of mystery is fine. I'm usually opposed to super, like, intense mystery in terms of characters, specifically if they're meant to be, like, known characters. But I think for this I'm very fine with it. It's not too mysterious, and these characters aren't meant to be, like showed off characters. Because generally in games, when they... important characters and they keep them as a mystery, I usually don't like that. Because it, like, you know what I mean? Like, in terms of, let's see, like something like the Archons, and not knowing who they are.
As one with wind and
Like, surely someone
I will have
in Liyue City is talking about the Dendro Archon in some way. Like, surely.
Quietly.
Just like casually.
Fun's over.
Like, surely that would happen, right?
Now you shall perish.
But they're not. But I guess this level of mystery is fine with the Harbingers because they're meant to be a bit more secretive. I think it's a wealthy person? Maybe. A people that buy something in advance and sells them a higher price. Oh, a scammer. Ah, a scammer. Yeah, honestly, he's probably merchant then. Yeah, he probably is the merchant. You guys are 10 out of 10 merchant man. I hope we encounter another Harbinger in the next next Archon quest.
gather. Order guide you.
to the wind.
Shine down. Illusion shattered.
Gather.
Excuse me. Die. Thank you.
Take it easy.
Final artifact roll for the night. Hydro damage, crit rate, crit damage. Almost. Asking for too much. I just finished collecting all the sigils on Enkin and Mussy, so I'm not gonna lie. I'm now gonna lie down and disappear slowly. Listen, it's not even that taxing, dude. What are you talking about? Such an easy thing that you're doing, dude. So easy. Nah, I'm gonna be honest, it's not. It's not that easy. Yeah, my commendations, dude. I've only done it once. Artifacts. Let's take a look at some. Let's take a look at some. I have been planning a stream, and not really planning, but when it does happen, that my third account gets all the compasses for the zones. I've just been doing this passively. Gets all the treasure compasses. I will just do a stream where I re-explore all of the other zones, because my third account has done nothing in Leeway, has done nothing in Inazuma, or Enkonomiya, or the Chasm, or Mondstadt, anywhere. So I want to do a massive, like, 6-10 hour stream where I just, like, re-explore Genshin Impact on a shit account with no power. I can't remember any of the puzzles, and just see how bad the experience is. Because here's the thing. If you want to know just how bad Genshin's early game is, if you're an endgame player, anyone here that's an endgame player, AR 45, 50, 55, and even 58, pushing 59 or whatever, anywhere in that region, 50 plus at minimum rather, and you have like confidence in playing the game, go back, create an account on one of the other like servers, and just see how painful it is to do anything. The game's early game is so hard once you figure once you have all the answers, the game is easy. But as just the traveler, you don't have any of the answers, and the game is fucking hard. They're giving you chest hunting flatbacks. Well, that's what it would be, but just easier because there's chests everywhere. Like, Genshin's early game is fucking butt. I will say this with utmost confidence, and I don't care if other people disagree. Because if you disagree, you're wrong. And that's just the truth. Tenacity, where are you? There you are. Alright, let's take a look-see. If this rolls crit rate, 3.9% crit rate would be good. Maybe one has a skip button. Hui. It seems that you're a man of culture, and I respect you wholeheartedly for saying that. I've never felt a deeper connection with a person ever in my life than I do right now. Maybe when it has a skip button. I will live by those words till the day I die. Maybe when it does have a skip button, will people replay the game? Wow. I'm getting a bit emotional now, just seeing just the pure truth being spat right now. Oh my god. Elemental mastery. Now I'm fucking depressed. Now I'm just depressed. Unlock that. Unlock that. Just sit in agony. No, we won't even try that. That doesn't have any good rolls. That's terrible. That's bad. What are you? You could go crit damage. You know, if we believe in the heart of the cards and just roll our dice correctly and believe that Genshin can be a good game, maybe it will roll crit rate. Damage. I guess not. I guess Genshin is trash. Do we get a HP Sands? We did, but none of them that have crit damage on it, or crit rate on it, or anything really. We don't have one of those, and one of these for crit damage, no. It's really odd that I have one... How many crit rate ones do I have? I thought I had more. To be quite frank, I could just chuck on Yalan's helmet. Here's the thing. I could really... Oh no, it's a crit rate. Whoops, never mind. Oh, never mind. I got one good piece. Clinical depression. Back to the weekly grind again. Back to the weekly grind. Let's do our things. Commissions. Let's go. Sorry, I just had a bit of a heart attack. Why is that still in the game? Why does Mihoyo not know how to fix that? Yalan's skill acts like the Ayaka Mona dash, kind of. It's a bit better. It's a bit better because I think Ayaka's... do I have one of them on its account that I can maybe test that with? Raiden, I do apologize, but get your ass out of my party. Do I not have a Mona on this account? I don't. On God, I swear I did. Why is this a thing? Why is that a thing? Why is that a thing? Just make it act like movement. I feel like when that happens, like Mihoyo actually changes where your character is. They like actually just put them in the ground or something. I don't really get why the fuck they can't do that. Like do that properly. Like when Ayaka or Mona is dashing, they just actually just put the character in the ground. Like that's how you make it. No, Mihoyo, listen to me. You make the character just disappear and then add a particle effect and then give them a slight movement speed boost. That's how you do it. You don't actually put them in the ground. I want a character that turns into a rock. I just realized Calamity Queller has a 741 base attack. Yeah, Calamity has the highest. I want a character that turns into a rock. That's fair enough, dude. Like, respect.
There is no escape.
Wind Strider.
I respect the hustle of wanting to be a rock. Don't really know what else to say. Any specific type of rock? Maybe like a volcanic, you know, maybe like some obsidian, or some adamantine, however you say it. You know, anything specific, or just like, just your average pebble. Oh no, we have to wait. Oh, this commission sucks. Would want to be... Who would want to be a Dwayne? You know what? That's true. Who wouldn't? You're exactly right. Big, muscular, handsome. Just duffel bag. Or bum bag. Whatever you want to call it. Oh. Just the spitting image of just attractive. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
I'm so sorry for not realizing before, guys, that being the Dwayne The Rock Johnson is the best thing you can do in life. My bad. My absolute apologies. Especially... Like, yeah, that face. I can't do it with my right eyebrow. Oh, two... Okay, I thought it was 2 escort missions.
Take it easy.
Wind Strider.
Ito had the chance to be buffed, but Mihoyo just pasted muscles. You know what? That's not even... That's a problem that Mihoyo actually made for themselves at the launch of the game. It's not even a problem that they just did it specifically for Ito's and like other buff characters kind of like creations. That was a problem that they did at the very start of the game. They screwed themselves in terms of potential character creativity by making it in the game that there's only 5 possible character models. That's the reason why that's screwed up, right? It was at the start of the game. People thought it was fine, but they didn't realize that they might have a chance of getting a buff character. And when there's a chance of that, that's when it's screwed up. The chance of different, like, shaped characters, that's when having only 5 models in your game is really bad. Because Ito was definitely meant to be this super buff, just jacked character. Top heavy, you know, massive muscles. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, really. Like, just picture Dwayne, lighter skin slightly, longer hair by a lot, and tattoos that aren't, like, Samoan themed. And that is essentially what Ito should have been. But he just ends up being the same size as Zhongli, a sophisticated businessman, essentially. Which is definitely, like, the biggest disappointment I think that Genshin's had in a while, or one of the biggest disappointments that it's ever had, rather. Where people kind of were very disappointed. But they can't do anything about it because they have only 5 models in the game. They have tall male, tall female, medium-sized male, medium-sized female, and then child. And they can't change that. They can, sorry, I should correct myself. They can, but it would make the game harder for them. Because then they would have to intricately design every single character, instead of just copy and pasting a model and then slapping textures on it. It's a lot harder to create a unique, distinct model. And it's really sad because there's a lot of characters that have a lot of potential, right? In terms of being, like, just intricate designed characters and whatnot. Like, when is the small child male gonna come in, right? If we can theoretically play as a small female, why can't we play as a small male? That's obviously a thing that people have talked about. Buff males, like, I wouldn't go too far into just, like, super slender characters. That would be maybe, I don't know, that would be odd to look at. But buff female model, where's that? You know, just general things like that. We already have Xiao. Isn't he the same size as Kazuha? He uses that model. But I see where you are coming from. The classic small Xiao thing. Small boy. But they messed themselves up at the start of the game's creation. And people have people pointed this out. What character did the people point this out on? I think it was Raiden Shogun. Or there was a character that released that people pointed it out on immediately. That this character is like a one-to-one copy with just different eye color and, like, slightly different hair. It might have been Raiden Shogun or Yoimiya and Jean. So they were using Jean as the template, as the base, like, control. And they were just, like, putting other, like tall female characters over it. I think it might have been Raiden Shogun and Jean, or Yoimiya and Jean, one of the two. You put her over, and it's same face, same body, same stance, just different hair like placement and different eye color. Aito and Baiju, they are definitely one and the same. If you overlaid their images on top of each other, then you would just get, like, a different hair color and different, like, hair placement. But there was an earlier example of Jean and someone else. I can't exactly remember who, though. And that's what the game is just going to have to live with. And they're going to struggle with that in the future. I'm going to make this prediction, like, now. Why not? They're going to struggle with that in the future because there's only so much you can do with a character that's outside of actually changing their body proportions. There's only so much you can do with clothing design, hair design, shoes, gloves. There's only so much you can do with that before it becomes repetitive, right? So if they're continuously adding characters, at least 20 per zone, essentially, right? Maybe not 20, maybe let's say 15 per zone characters. There's only so much you can do in terms of the design. And at a certain point, there'd be way too much of one type of model that people are like, listen, if you want a visual character, just get the 4-star one because visually they're identical. If you want a gameplay one, get the 5-star because the 5-star one is better gameplay. And that's what it's going to come down to. And that's just because they only have 5 models. If they didn't have the 5 models, they could make fat characters, they could make skinny characters, they could make skeletons, they could make puppets, they could make a literal bowling ball of a character. They could do anything if they just didn't have the 5 model rule. Let's just call it that, the 5 model rule. I'm gonna coin that phrase. Is that all my commissions? It is indeed. Let us quickly just go kill Tartaglia 3 times. You know what? Let's not go kill Tartaglia. We haven't killed this weekly boss with Yelan, have we? With this juiced up Yelan. Let's go do that. Eggplant plus Yoimiya equals Kuki Shinobu. Yeah, true. Yeah. You are right. Kuki Shinobu, though, I will admit, is their attempt at expanding what a character can look like by covering the face. There's no other character in the game that covers their face, right? I don't believe so, at least. Yeah. There's no other character that completely covers their face. So this is them going in that direction. But once they add enough masked characters, that loses value. So, yeah, that's another problem I'm going to predict that Genshin has, is just, there hasn't been a 4-star character since Young Jin. I just realized that. Obviously Kuki Shinobu in a second, but yes. That is going to be a thing that people are going to notice a lot more. Because, like, obviously, this is the one that people instantly notice with Yelan's release. Her and Jing Cho, identical hairstyle. Right? Just different angle. Identical hairstyle. The bowl cut essentially on the length with the slightly angled fringe. His isn't as good, but you know, the similarity is there. There's only so much you can do. I wish Genshin the bestest of lucks. The bestest of lucks in its character creation. Let us try to do it. And you'll send me a video later, Tisha. All good, man. Enjoy dinner. Enjoy dinner. Alright, for our kills on this boss, let us try to mega DPS her with my dream team. Now, I'm contemplating adding Kazuha to this, but I also don't know if I want to add Kazuha to this. Because I can also add Bennett. But I've also seen people use Yelan Jingcho with Hu Tiao. I don't get that. I don't know why Yelan... Like, Hu Tiao, Yelan, Jingcho's Zhongli is a thing. Or that team composition for the first 3. Isn't that too much Hydro? That's a lot of Hydro application, I think.
Good eye.
Yeah. It's a lot of Hydro application. Can we get some good artifacts on him? Maybe test it out. Maybe give it a test. Let's go with that. That one. What did I do? I went 2-set energy. It's not good. It's not good, is it? Hydro Goblet. Give me a second here. What pieces do I have on him? I guess we can go for like Shimenawa's. This one. Yeah. Sure. That'll work for now. 47.96. Sacrificial's fine. It's not max level. That's okay. So let's see how this works. I don't think this team comp is that great.
Chivalry will never die.
There's no reason to have it, but whatever. Let's see how Yelan, Jingcho, and Hu Tiao work.
Stabilize.
Witness the power.
Quietly now. Here comes the cat.
Has decided.
Nice.
Weak. Pathetic.
Illusions are but destruction.
Stabilize.
Rain outlines your fate.
It's not that bad, actually.
Solidify. This is order.
Follow my blade.
Gather.
Witness the final calamity. I have taught you everything I know.
Stabilize.
Follows my blade. No, my sword. Huh?
Busted. Take it easy.
Eternity is in my hand.
Stabilize.
Time to rain outlines your fate. No escape. Witness the power of Gua.
Game's up. Friend's over.
Time to go. Only.
It's alright, I guess. It's alright. I wish Bennett's heal was a team-wide heal. I'd use Bennett over Zhongli. It's okay. That's all I'll say. It's nothing
Stay close
groundbreaking.
and you will live.
Maybe if I had a better Xingqiu, it would be amazing, but it's alright. Alright, now let's just kill out 3 of these really quickly. Smash them out. Raiden Shogun for a bit of electro damage.
There is no escape.
Gather.
Your verdict is decided. Pathetic. Weak. This world, a fleeting shadow. Illusion shattered.
Boom, boom, boom. I guess you would use your Xingqiu if you're just trying to get Hu Tao to be the reactor, thus wearing a Elemental Mastery Goblet, right? No, Elemental Mastery timepiece. I guess that's why you would do it. Hu Tao built for Elemental Mastery, and you run Xingqiu Yelan instead of running a full like HP build. Could I do that? Maybe. Shimenawa's Elemental Mastery. Any of these things useful? Any of these like 7,000 artifacts gonna be useful? Let's find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Elemental Mastery. No. 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 Maybe. No. Oh, I'm out of Elemental Mastery. It's not even Elemental Mastery. What the fuck? Crit rate roll. Thank you. Thank you. Bitch. Alright. I think that's why you would run it. I think that's why people do run it. Is if you do a full EM build, and the Hu Tao is the only thing that can cause a reaction. Which is fair enough, I guess. Fair reason. Fair reason. Let me try to do something here, though. Let's replace you with... Where is he? There he is. Gonna be epic. I still don't think you would do it because double hydro is not that great. Kinda sus.
Gotcha. Inferior. Strike dead. This one's mine.
Quietly now.
Gotcha. The eye sweeps the land. Inferior. Lightning falls on the land of eternity.
I will have order.
Youth, I'm here.
Why do we have to make bosses teleport? Do we need that really? Do we need bosses to be teleporting? Can't we just have them walk? Do we really need that? Just have them walk. Like, use their legs. I don't care if she's a god. Have her walk. Independence. Scumbag ass character. Gambling. Alright, we got a roll, boys. Random roll. Is this a... I just think I heard a 5-star, right? Damn it, dude. Bro, this game's so cringe. I want to rip my eyes out. This weapon, nobody uses... Remove it from the game. Nobody uses that. It's the worst... It's the worst weapon in the game. Remove it. Not a single character uses that. Ever. What is it even... It's... Oh... No... Yep. Eye of Perception. Eye of Perception. She's got 3,000 of them. You'd love to see it. Isn't it on the featured banner right now? Why am I getting it from the standard? Why? Oh, this game is actual cringe. It's on the standard banner. And the featured weapon banner. Wow. This game is unfair and unfun. Bum bum bum. Let's switch back to Kazuha. Maybe Jean, actually. Let's use Jean a bit. She's a pretty good character in some way. Miss Jean.
Busted.
I think.
Here comes the catch. Quietly now.
Yeah, Jean's alright. Just get some damage on her. This is another quality of life issue that I'll always have a problem with. Let players accept 3 of these bounties at once. They go do all 3 bounties at once, and then come back and hand all 3 at once. This is I think Genshin's one of the first games I've ever played that doesn't let you take multiple bounties. It's like the one bounty at a time system. I've never heard of that. I'll be absolutely honest. Because you can accept 3 of the requests at once, but not 3 of the bounties. It's very, very confusing. Very confusing why they do that.
Gotcha.
Well, Yeah, nobody knows why you said welcome back, Tissue. I think the instant connection is that you're a clown, but, you know, that's a bit mean. So, let's just say, you know, you got confused. That's about it.
I swear by my
You got confused.
Stabilize.
Gotcha.
Bum 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 ba da 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 do. Ba-da-da-da-do. Geo invulnerability. Yeah, when's the Spiral Abyss reset? 9 days. What day is it right now? Monday. Next week, midweek. When I said brother earlier, I was referencing Toto, or whatever the muscular's name was. Alright. I assumed so.
Gather.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry, I assumed.
Busted.
This is one of those times that I did the cardinal sin of all things and assumed.
Time to go.
So it is all good. My besto friendo. Is that what he says? Besto friendo. Jennifer Lawrence. Oh, fuck it. What an anime, dude. What a 10 out of 10 anime. Just pure gold. Hilly Churls, Vagrants, Electro Crystals. I really wish I could just rewatch JJK again for the first time. That's like my only wish right now. Remove the memory of the anime from my head, just so I could rewatch it one more time for the first time. Like, that scene where they talk about Jennifer Lawrence has to be just the most iconic scene I've ever witnessed. At least to me. Just stop a brutal fight. What is your woman of preference? Jennifer Lawrence. Dude, same. Same. Like, I'm with him there. I'm with him there. Me and you both.
I will have order.
I'm watching it for the first time for you. Alright, thank you.
Solidify.
I don't think it has the same effect, but, you know, thank you. And it is a god tier anime. It is in my top, top 5 anime. And when it completes, when it finishes its whole, all of its seasons, I think it'll be my, top 2 to top 1. So I'm with you there. Top 1 anime for me. Started hallucinating fake flashbacks of their high school life was pretty funny. It was, yeah. Yes. Sorry, I don't want to say anything. I've read the manga as much as I can a few months ago. That's why I'm not saying anything because I've read it. I'm gonna stab you in the throat with Chi-Chi. Why? What? Alright, fair enough. I know, I'm with you there. I'm same. I'll do it. I'll do it too. Thank you. You know what? Thank you. I appreciate that.
Stabilize.
Go. Cross over.
To the ferry. Let's get down to business. There's more.
Is that the last one? No, we still got one more. Nothing? Oh, if that was a JJK, like, line reference, I will say that I did watch it when it was releasing, which was, like, a year and a half ago or so. So I have forgotten most of the lines. Unless it's, like, a super iconic line, I have forgotten it. So if I do apologize if that was a reference to the anime. And reference? Alright, thank God. Because I pride myself on knowing a lot about JJK. You know, Gojo has like a 12-inch cock. Sorry, you know, he's a strong guy. He has good eyes. You know, just a few nice reference points. Yeah. Level 21, we need to defeat 10 bosses. Did we even do the 10 bosses on the previous account? I don't even think so. I think we did like 3. Cook some dishes, forge some items, go to my realm. Oh, we haven't even done the last of our artifact farm. Oh, we haven't gone to the teapot. Oh, maybe we still can get a good one. Maybe we can still get a good artifact, boys. Oh, there's still 3 more chances. Still 3 more. Oh, hey, Elon.
This realm is...
Yeah, this realm is... Shut up. Trust rank. Bam. Oh, Yanfei, Lisa, Ningguang, and Sucrose just maxed out in one go. Oh! Amazing. Really quickly, get them out of there. Yanfei, Ningguang, Lisa, Sucrose. Okay, so the female catalysts. 4 female catalyst users. Let's go. Oh my god, so many maxed companionships! It's so beautiful! And the other ones are up here, I think. Yeah, I just slapped you there. Where the fuck is Sucrose? Oh, she's my receptionist, though. Oh, brother. She's the receptionist. I don't want to get rid of her, though, but I want to farm, like, stuff with people. Why is that the only... What did she say? She's just saying the word research on repeat? What is wrong with you? Anyone else in here? That's an empty room. Yeah, I remember when I did this. I designed this place fucking ages ago. I haven't been in here in a long time. You'll know why? Because there's absolutely no reason to go in here and this design is terrible. Add a reason to go here. Give me Primo Gems for just entering my house. Thank you. So Lisa's there. We just need to get rid of Lisa and Sucrose. Let's replace Sucrose with someone else, I guess. Let's go you there. And Lisa is in some random ass room. Who's my receptionist now? Who's the receptionist? I can't. Who do I not have at max thing? Beto, classic receptionist. I believe. And let's just have a bunch of people in here. A few chairs. Who do I not have at max? Fischl, I know isn't max. Let's have you there, I guess. Maybe you can go in, like, the living area because you're fucking... a thing. I don't know who you are. Checking some books out for some reason. Looking for the next hit of Shinobi fucking Wars or whatever. Who else isn't maxed? Sayu. I've reached the furniture limit? Dude. Does Sayu cook? Should generally considered a chef of some sort? I don't think so. Where'd she go there? Let's put you in the corner. Fucking rabbit. Now, it'd be very agonizing to my brain if these characters were maxed as well, which I don't think they are.
This This realm is
beginning to thrive. Okay, no, they're not. Okay, we can place one more, though. Who is not maxed yet? The question of the ages. I don't need that, don't need that. If you ever have any questions about the realm, you're 8. I don't really care about you though in any way. You're maxed. You're terrible. Actually, you're maxed. Let's accept your thing. Thank you. You're there. Toma. I think he's already in there though. Barbara's maxed. You're maxed. You're not. You're in. You're in. Diona. She's already here though, isn't she? Somewhere. Nope, you're not. Bam. Cool. If we have some time, I might come back here and try to get some primo gems from the what are they called? The furniture sets? We might do that. Maybe get some big primos. Back to artifact farming. Back to it. Back to the facts. You'll have left the Serenity Pot and will return to your homeworld.
This is order.
This is order.
Here comes the catch. Gotcha.
Okay. Third last roll. We gotta let the animations go through. It's a big one. I can already sense it in the force. This is a big one. Huge one. Not that large, actually. Quite small. Very minuscule, to be quite frank. On to the next one. The force was telling me something completely different. I think I misheard the force tell me that it was large. I think I heard small, but it just, in my mind, I got a bit confused. My bad.
Busted.
Time to go. I swear by my sword. Go as planned.
Quietly now.
I will have order.
It's a big one, a big piece of junk. How dare you? It is a big piece of junk, but it's our piece of junk. And by our, I mean my piece of junk. Yeah, it doesn't help, does it? It's still a piece of junk.
Busted.
Still a massive piece of trash. But I believe this next one, second, you know that classic saying, second time's the charm, right? Second time's the charm. See, that saying is actually a lie. Because second time is never the charm. It's always third, isn't it? I was trying to trick you guys. Third time's the charm. Yep. Livin' La Vida Loca, as they say.
Things are about to get dicey. Quietly now.
Livin' La Vida Loca. Livin'. I think the charm is an unlucky one. True. But third time is the charm. And it's irrefutable that this one's going to be a good one. Fuck you. Unless it's like a super, like we don't know. This could be a god tier artifact. It's not, but it could have been. See that's we live in the present, and this is a trash artifact. But as soon as I close this screen, this artifact is in the past, and that's the kind of mindset you need to have to like just to survive Genshin. You need to live in the present, not the past. That artifact's in the past. What artifact? I don't even know what artifact you're talking about. There was an artifact? I don't know. I didn't even know there was an artifact. I live in the present. I live in the present. The despair remains? I don't think so. I'm not despairing. What are you talking about? There is zero despair here. Zero despair. On God.
Sounds good to me.
You...
Hand on the Bible, no despair. Just pure joy.
Adventure time.
Right? Pure joy.
Right now. Let's light it up. I'm going in. Come on out.
Busted.
Joy. Would this team comp even be able to kill this boss? I don't know. If I say it is, bro, do you not see how do you see how happy I am? You see this happy face?
It's getting a little cold. Time
You
to
see
go
this
to
happy face? See how happy I am to play Genshin Impact? You see this? I'm about to fight this boss. You see this? Joy.
Right here. Right now.
Gotcha.
It's going so well.
Emerge.
Wind Strider.
Busted.
Come on out. Right here.
I'm so happy.
Let's light it up. Emerge. Right now. Right here.
I did not mean to do that.
Everybody stand back. Right now.
Gotcha.
Happy. See, the Genshin experience thing, I guess. Fucking ass butt cheek game. Ah, God, bro, what a game! It's fucking ass.
This blinding sunlight is such a pain.
This blinding sunlight is such a
Now in this
pain.
weather.
Bro, Yolana's the most picky person I've ever met, bro. The sun is in my eyes. Get an umbrella then. Oh, systematically incorrect. I'm not gonna stop smiling. I'm never gonna stop smiling, Tishu, because I'm always living on a high of playing Genshin Impact. Are you trying to forbid me from smiling from playing my favorite game, Genshin Impact? How dare you? I'm just out here living the Genshin dream, and you're trying to forbade me from playing. How dare you?
Gotcha.
I'm just having a blast out here, you know. What is it? What is this fucking hair doing, bro? Bro, fucking hair. Now everything's fucked. Now I'm miserable again. The planet is really ain't safe no more. Bonjour.
Take it easy.
Okay, dude. You've been planning that one for a while, have you? You've been playing that little bit of a rhyme for a while, haven't you? This planet ain't not safe no more. A bonjour. How? Wow. You think you're slick? You think you're some kind of French man? Think again. You ain't French. Can confirm. The structural integrity of this cave ain't there. It ain't there. The structural integrity just ain't it, Chief.
Emerge. Right here. Emerge.
Emerge right here. Emerge.
I'm going in. Right now. I'm always watching. Ha! Emerge.
Wind Strider.
Right here. Emerge. Right here.
Right here, emerge, right here.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Perfect iframing from yours truly.
Busted.
Right now.
Getting hit by every single attack, but perfect iframing. And dare you disintegrate my identity? Well, I'm sorry, dude, but there are some prices that you have to pay, and this is one of them. I do apologize, but a price must be paid to uphold the balance in the order. And your existence as a tissue is the price to be paid. My bad. I signed a deal with the paper wastebasket, and he was like, "Gotta take him." And then now you're gone. My apologies. Oh, this is where some things spawn. I totally forgot about these ones. But it doesn't matter because, you can't really ever pick 3 of them up because you can kill them. Because Genshin can't make anything fun. Why can you kill those? It's very weird that you can kill them.
Right now. Emerge. Oh. Right here.
Quietly now.
Bum ba bum ba bum ba ba da da dum ba dum ba dum.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Right now. Right here. Emerge.
Emerge right here, right now. Emerge right here, right now. Emerge right here.
Take it easy. No. Things are about to get dicey.
Things are about to get dicey.
Right here. Come on out.
Come on out.
I'm going in. Off we go. Right now. Right here. A sight to behold.
A sight to behold.
Gotcha.
Show them. Show them. Right now.
Show them right now. Why the fuck do you not die? Thank you. Show them right now, bro. Why is that not a bigger meme in Genshin? Just Yaemiko yelling 2-3 words at a time that have no context to anything that she's doing. She's putting down a totem right here. I guess that kind of makes sense. Right now. Show them. What are we showing? Yaemiko, what are we showing? What are you showing to them? A totem? Say something impactful. Say something that carries weight. Like, die, bitch! Get wrecked! Sogma! Where are the key words? What's Yi Yaemiko be doing there anyway? Electro, that's what she's doing. Just an electro element. That's why I'm using her, if that's what you're asking. I didn't really get what you're saying, but I'm pretty sure you're asking why I'm using her. It's because she's electro. Just to have a bit of elemental variety, you know?
Time to go.
Bit of that elemental variance. It's not good. I prefer to use someone else. But other characters don't do it as consistently as her. You know what I mean? Know what I mean?
Emerge.
Emerge!
Right now.
Why are you
Emerge.
there? Oh, this enemy.
Right now. Emerge. Right now.
Ow.
No more games.
I'd really like it if you didn't do that, but, you know.
Emerge.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Game's up. Fun's over.
That's not really fun.
For eternity.
This boss sucks.
That hurts.
Did it hurt, really?
Gotcha.
I fucking hate that boss. Imagine being a guy and your name is Magu Kenki. Just such a depressing experience. So mega depressed. Just being called Magu Kenki. Yo, Miko, you're out of here. You stink at the game anyway. And yeah, I did swap her out while she's dead, and I have no remorse. Dead characters have no value in this team. We are only about aliveness.
Let's dance.
This is so depressed.
Don't worry about me. La, 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 la. Oh. Huh. Hi. Huh. 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 Let the show begin.
Wind Strider.
Busted.
That's decent.
Quietly now.
I thought you could apply an element to him whilst he was kind of like without the pyro shield. I thought I could get a hydro swell there. I swear I've gotten a hydro swell there before. How the hell do you get a hydro swell on that? You just can't. It's kind of annoying. Like, surely you just let me get a hydro swell.
I'm going in.
Gotcha. Here comes the catch. Take it easy. Quietly now.
Maybe Kazuha was affected by the hydro, didn't touch the pyro? Oh yeah, true, Kazuha's... I guess only Kazuha can do that. Yeah, ain't that depressing?
Let's dance.
Ain't that like super depressing that only Kazuha is like good at swirling? Everyone else sucks at it.
Everybody stand back.
Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey.
Hmm. It's not well known, but the Animo Traveler can swell the element they're affected with too, which makes it more depressing. Oh yeah, I did watch a video about that. How like the best thing to shred an elemental, what is it? It was the Hydro Abyss Lecter or whatever it's called, a Herald. That Traveler is like the best shredder for it because of like your skill. Each hit is like its own independent elemental application. It's not registered as like one single input like most skills are that have multi-hits. I did read that. I watched a video or something about it. Yeah, but yeah, guess what? You have to use the Traveler for that, and that is just pure, like the raw creation of just depression. That is just agonizingly brutal. Use the Traveler. No. No. You know what, though? I think the Traveler would be good if the burst was targetable. You would have made it if you could, if it stopped the enemies. I think I would use the Traveler if you could easily target his burst. Like, instead of it being, like, random like most characters, if you could aim it, right? Which is not even, again, like a Traveler problem, it's a Genshin problem. But if you could aim the burst, I would use him. Because it's not a bad one. It's just that it's got such a tight suck radius, which is a weird thing to say. But it's such a tight radius that it's, like, just inefficient to use. That if you don't get the proper angles, you'll just actually fuck yourself.
Busted.
That's my problem with the Traveler. And as well that, yeah, it kind of just goes in one direction forever. I think a good way to fix Traveler's Burst is... Now, I've talked about fixing a lot of the early game characters' bursts, because a lot of them are just outdated and don't match the gameplay of these newer characters. But, like, Traveler's Burst, let's fix Animo Traveler's Burst. Now, here's how I would fix it. Have the burst... go out a specific distance, and once it's reached a specific distance from where you cast it, it stops there and turns into a bigger tornado that has a bigger suck radius. So it does the same animation, he does like the... He sends it out, it travels about 4 meters or so in front of him, and then it stops, becomes a bigger tornado, and sucks enemies in for the same duration, right? That's, I think, how it would be an easy fix to make it not super overpowered, but still make it a better burst than whatever the fuck it is right now. Because right now, it's absolutely useless because the suck radius is small, it goes in a linear direction, and the auto-targeting usually fucks it up. So if you could kind of make it a bit easier, you know, the way I suggest it, alleviates the auto-target problem, and... It fixes the whatsamajigger. Yep, exactly, the whatsamajigger. That's exactly what I want. The radius problem. Boss is done. Look at that. Level 23 already! Oh my god. We are very high level in the Battle Pass already. We're halfway there to the end. And we still have so many days left. 34 to be exact. Cook dishes, forge items. Let's go. I thought about making a video. Now, it's a video that's going to take a while to make. But I want to just remake... So I want to propose... The video is essentially... I've talked about this many times before, but it's essentially giving characters, like, different bursts, where you can choose which one you want to be actively using. I think that would be a very cool concept in Genshin. Like, Diluc, for example, I've talked about him quickly. His burst right now, the Phoenix Cone, reiterate it, the Phoenix Cone, and his second burst could be something like he plunges his sword into the ground and a fiery eruption happens right around him. You know, AoE, single target, they could be different uses, right? I want to make a video centered around this concept of characters having multiple bursts or different acting bursts. But before I make that video, I need to sit down with myself and just think of different ideas for all these characters. Because I want to do it for all the base game 5 stars and all the travelers. And I definitely need to sit down and just kind of figure out, like, how would I remake this character myself? And see if I can create a new, interesting ultimate burst for all these characters to make them different to play, fun to play, and different in situations. Because Diluc right now sucks for single target damage. Using him for single target is really just bad. Because his Phoenix is just meant to be a cone in front of him. Just like Afo, essentially just like Afo. Where you have 2 bursts that you can level up independently. You have them both from the start, essentially. Like, in Genshin, I would make it that way. You have them both from the start, but you do have to level them up independently. I wouldn't do this cross-leveling thing. You level up one, it levels up the other. I think the game needs to be a lot stricter. And you level up them independently, and they are used in different situations. In Afo, it's a lot more lenient. I think in Afo, it doesn't really matter, from what I've noticed. But I guess one of them in Afo is just kind of stronger, but it doesn't matter. In Genshin, I would just have, you know, this character, this burst, Diluc's Phoenix, essentially. It's a frontal line AoE. It's meant for AoE. Area of effect, you kill a bunch of enemies in one. But then I would make his second burst essentially plunge the sword into a ground, fiery eruption around him, damages in a small circle, in a full circle around him. So, a very small circle, tight circle, maybe about, if I'm looking from a bird's perspective, let's say about that big right there, maybe slightly bigger. Let's say just like that big of a circle around him. So it is a single target burst. You know, do that. And that's a good idea. But then for me to make a video about it, I'd have to do it about more characters than just Diluc. Because Diluc is super easy to figure out, right? Just a damaging burst. But something like Jeans, Monas, and Chi-Chi's, slightly harder to figure out. Kaching's is not that difficult. Just make it maybe a single target slash. Or something like maybe like a dash. Maybe make her burst like this, like super samurai. That would be a really cool one for Kaching. Just thought of it. Super samurai themed slash. She prepares her katana, prepares the katana, right? And then she just dashes forward. It's a moving burst. It moves you forward, right? So prepares the katana. She dashes forward and then sheaths it at the end. And everything in front of her takes a bunch of electro damage. Boom. Solved it. It's badass. Does a lot of damage. And that's all you need. That is all you need. Everything you need. Thank you so much for the subscription, whoever subscribed. Armies, thank you so much. Leeches could summon a purple rose on the battlefield. I don't know, sucker, things like this. This is the thing that takes a lot of time, though. Like, thinking of ideas like this, it has to be... There's some characters that it's super easy to do. Characters that use swords, right? That's why Kaching's is such an easy idea to come up with. Katana, what do characters with katanas do? They do badass things where they hold their katana at their hilt, they slash really quickly, and then they sheath it, and then the slash happens. That's a classic katana trope. With characters like Jean or Mona, Catalyst, it's a lot harder, it's a lot finicky. You have to think of the character's theme. You have to think of the theme of the character, and does it tie into their style? Like Mona, you have to tie it into astrology a bit, right? So, like Catalyst characters is a bit hard. I wouldn't even personally do it with the 4-star characters. I'd only make it a 5-star thing. At least remake it for the 5 stars. All the old 4 stars can stay the way they are, and then they just do it to the new ones. But for the 5 stars, I'd remake them because they're just high value. The Raiden could do the Muso no Hitatachi. Isn't that what her burst is? Isn't that what her burst is? Isn't her burst the Muso no Hitatachi? Isn't... Oh no, Muso Shinsetsu. I think this burst was meant to be the Muso no Hitatachi, right? Here's the thing, like, that's the difficult part, right? Is these characters that you'd have to think of it, because her burst, because again, Raiden, this is a great example of a difficult one. How would you remake Raiden's burst? Oh, because her current burst is already a slash, and the Muso no Hitatachi is just a slash. It's a super strong slash, right? So remaking that into just that is odd. So you have to fundamentally change what she does. Now, just referencing a few cutscenes here, if we remember the first cutscene with the Raiden Shogun and the Traveler where you save Toma, Raiden Shogun throws a few electro shurikens or electro darts at you, right? When you go to save him, she throws a few electro darts. I would do something with that. As a concept, let's say she does, I don't know about the animations or anything, but she snaps her fingers, maybe snapping fingers for a god is really important and cool in my opinion. So she snaps her fingers, and behind her, a lot of these small portals appear that shoot these darts in front of her. So it's a damaging thing again, more so damaging than this one, because this one also has energy recharge on it, this burst. She snaps her fingers, these portals appear behind her, and it shoots out these electro darts. I think that would be just stepping away from the single hit kind of burst, which her current burst is. Look at her scalings. Hitatachi is what she used to kill Senor, I think. But conceptually, the Muso Shinsetsu and the Muso Hitatachi, in terms of concept and execution, would be almost identical. It's just one slash. Look at the initial. Oh yeah, this is the Muso no Hitatachi. Okay, there you go then. Oh yeah, there you go. This is the Muso no Hitatachi. I just didn't name it. Why do they do things so weirdly? Why call it the Muso no Hitatachi, man? Genshin, why can't you do one thing right, please? But yeah, that would be my Raiden Shogun. And listen, this is a difficult thing to do because if it takes game devs a very long time to do it and they have teams of 20 to 30 people doing it, us sitting here as 3 people isn't gonna like come up with something super spectacular. But the idea is what's important, right? You have to take it what you know about the character, as a player specifically, you have to take what you know of the character, and I just took those electro darts as like an example, right? They could do whatever they want, but I think that electro dart idea is cool. For Jean, I had an idea for Jean, and this is just a small one, where is she? We can make her burst a support burst, but not for healing. Because Jean has no ability that groups enemies. But I think that's a fundamental part of anime characters. Every other anime character essentially has it. So I would change her burst to, it removes the healing part. The animation, I don't talk about because I'm not an animator, but they'd have to do it themselves. But fundamentally, let's say she stabs the sword in the sky instead of kind of like twisting it in front of her head. She stabs the sword in the sky and every enemy within a large radius around her is sucked onto her. And it's just pure, like, sucking support with maybe some, let's say, damage there. But it removes the healing. So you can go for a healer support or you can go for a DPS support, essentially. Which I think is a great idea. That sounds amazing. For a free 5-star, or not a free 5-star character, sorry. For a base game 5-star, that character, that's pretty good. And then the 2 characters that I dread to think about is Mona and Chi-Chi. I don't even know how the characters work, to be quite frank. I don't know how these characters work fundamentally, so I'd have to look that up anyway. But yeah, I want to make a video about that concept. I've dallied on too long about it, but I want to make a video talking about that and how they can make the base game characters feel a lot better. Because getting a base game character right now, in the year 2022, is fucking trash. Getting a Diluc right now, you're not happy. You're not. Seeing what Ayato's can do, seeing what Hu Tao's can do, seeing what Yilan's can do, Ayaka's, Yoimiya's, seeing what they can do, getting a Diluc right now is depressing. So if they can evolve them slightly and make them slightly better, I think that would be 10 out of 10. My voice is dry. My voice is dry. I'm sorry you're such a child, I know. But that's essentially what they are. Kazuha is a sucking support. That's what he is. Let's not beat around the bush. He's a sucking support. He's a big sucker. A vacuum cleaner Andy. That's just what he is. There's no shame in that. The Suckatron 5 million. No shame. I'm power to him even. Suck him up. My voice is dry. Hold up. Amazing. She can suck my she can suck enemy. True. Yeah, I think this is important for Genshin's early game to kind of be better. Because yeah, like Praise said way back a few hours ago, or so, an hour or so ago, like skipping the quest is a big reason why some people don't. Sorry, being unable to skip quests is a big reason why some people don't create multiple accounts. And even then, when let's say they add skipping quest, a reason that some people might not even want to play a second account is because the early game of the game stinks. And so if they made the early game characters slightly better, it would be 10 out of 10. Second burst for Hu Tao equals she beats enemies with a coffin? Honestly. Yeah. You mean Hui? Oh, yes, it was Hui, wasn't he? Yeah, it was Hui. Said, yeah, the whole skipping quests is a big reason why people don't replay the game, essentially. Yeah, Hui said that. Yeah, and that's true, but even then, once the people start replaying the game, like, the early game sucks. It does. It really does. I've played through it. I've played through this game 3 times now, and all of it at the early game sucks. You have no power. You don't feel strong in any way. And it doesn't get any easier going into Inazuma. Yeah, Hu Tao, that's an interesting one. How would I do Hu Tao? Because obviously the burst has to be in line with their theme. It has to be in line with the character's theme, especially the further you go into the game where characters are a bit more thematic, right? How would I do Hu Tao?
From an informant. Looks like the situation has changed.
How would I do Hu Tao? That's a great question. Let's... Oh, let me think about that for a second. Hu Tao. I would have the ghost be involved still. I wouldn't have her swing it around. I'd have it, because her ult right now is a bit more AoE centric because it hits around. But I guess Hu Tao's, my idea for Hu Tao's, Jaluk's is the same. Maybe you can turn Hu Tao into like a pyro support with her burst, second burst. Have the ghost essentially suck up all the enemies in front of her. Right? So essentially, she casts her burst, and in front of her, the ghost just... It's like a frontal cone vacuum, essentially, let's say. I know I'm kind of using the whole vacuum and sucking part of it pretty heavily, but I get that is a very good thing to do to and add to characters, is like a grouping thing. It's a thing that I've noticed that Honkai has a lot. Honkai has almost every character in that game has like some sort of grouping mechanism, and I think Genshin should try to adopt that. Give a lot of characters a grouping mechanism. Don't just give 1 to 2 characters grouping mechanisms, because then those characters are guaranteed to be played. Give every character's grouping mechanism, or maybe not every, but a lot of them, and then every character will be played. The ghost attacks the enemies. Maybe her burst summons the ghost as a turret. That would be quite interesting. It would be the first burst that summons a turret, but maybe she summons a turret. It attacks enemies for high pyro damage. Makes her kind of an off-field DPS. That would be quite interesting. Her burst sucks up enemies into... maybe the burst... here's the thing. You hit enemies with the ghost in some different way than just spinning around. You hit them with it, and... what game was this? If you guys have ever played Warframe... Now, this is very context-heavy. If you've ever played Warframe, there's a character called Grendel. There's a Warframe called Grendel. And one of his abilities is to eat the enemies. He eats them and consumes them, puts them in his belly, because the Warframe is quite fat. He eats them, puts them in his belly, and whilst they're in his belly, they take, ticking damage. Based on some factors. Hu Tao's burst, she makes the ghost consume the enemies, and whilst they're in the belly, let's say the ghost, it's active for 5 to 10 seconds, or 5 to 8 seconds, however long, and then whilst they're in the ghost's belly, they take ticking pyro damage. That is a very creative, unique design for all the Genshin bursts right now. It's the first one that removes enemies off the field, but doesn't kill them. And now, obviously, if they die is up to a different question, but that would be a nice one. I think that's a nice one. I like that. I really like that one, actually. For some reason, I like that. Let's get that in. Get enemies. Get the ghost eating enemies. Get on it, Mahoyo. Thank you.
Identities to choose from.
That'd be nice.
Way to come up with some.
Let us go do my whilst we chat about more bursts. Let's think of who else we can design. Let's see who else I can redesign. Just on a quick thought, I would do Mona and Chi-Chi, but I just don't know how they work currently. Kazuha. That's a great one. His burst. The thing is, it's kind of hard because he's not even like a...
Take it easy.
He doesn't... I don't even know what the fuck his burst is right now. It's just kind of a slash. Kazuha's burst turns him into an electro DPS. Kazuha's burst does... it wouldn't make any canonical sense, but here's my idea. Kazuha, his burst, does electro damage, and the animation for it is him, it's essentially whatever happens to the, to the electro catalyst of his friend during the Raiden Shogun cinematic. It zooms in on the electro catalyst kind of sparking up, and then he just does a quick lightning slash to all the enemies in front of him. Why not? That's my answer to people saying that it doesn't make sense or anything. My question is, just add it because why not? It's cool. It's cool. It doesn't have to make sense. This whole game doesn't make sense. How a healer chills infinitely respawning, right? So that is my idea for Kazuha's burst. Have it play on the fact that he had an electro element a part of him for a very small period of time, be it 30 seconds, maybe 10 seconds. And I think it would be very cool. Maybe not strong because it's electro, but cool. That's his redesign. Let's have a look, see who's next. Zhongli's Burst. You know what? That's a good one. Zhongli's Burst is a hard one because his whole shtick, the whole design about Zhongli is calling shit from the fucking heavens, right? And that's what his burst already does. But some have called the Earth a different type of heaven. They've called it the underground heaven. How's about he summons spikes from underground? Now, that's obviously a same or similar concept to something like the Traveler's Burst, how they, like, you step out, Geo Travel that is, you like do a stomp and then you summon some spikes on the ground. Zhongli does that essentially all around him and does massive Geo damage. It's his DPS build. He does massive Geo damage all around him and summons spikes around him. That applies, let's say, the Impale effect. Now, this is very much pushing on the fact that Honkai has the same effect in certain parts. But yeah, he has like he adds the Impale effect, which is, let's say, they take 10% more damage or 15% more damage. Boom, Zhongli's redesign made. He either throws shit from above or he summons shit from below, right? Cool character, done. Next character, let's go with Klee. Now, actually, no, never mind. Let's not go with Klee. I don't know how she works fundamentally at the start. Let's go with Venti. Venti's a tough one because he, in general, is like not an aggressive character, so changing him to a DPS would be difficult. But let's try it anyway. Let's say he does this. His burst currently summons a black hole that sucks people off real mega hard. Turning it into a DPS is hard. Turning non-DPS characters into DPS characters is hard.
Everybody stand back. Let's dance.
But I would do maybe something like, Now this, I don't know if this makes much sense, but let's Tornado and Wendy. If it's the whole sucking enemies in, I think I want to make his burst, or I would redesign his burst to be a bit more DPS centric. So let's play on the fact of those, the Anemo enemy, the floating ball of wind. Let's play along that enemy. And let's say, and just use that as a concept. Venti's burst, he shoots 3 or 2 shots into the sky, and there's like floating balls of Anemo there now. He shoots them, two of them into the sky, and they're just floating there. This happens in an animation, obviously. And for a short duration, those the balls in the sky shoot Anemo bullets at nearby enemies. DPS centric because it does damage above anything else. It's a unique design because you summon things in the sky that don't follow you around. It's from a burst, does damage, Anemo. Sounds good. That's my Venti rework for his burst. On to the next one. Who's next? Who's another early game character? Tartaglia! Ooh, he's a good one. The thing is, he's already got 2 bursts, but they don't act fundamentally differently. They just are instances of damage. So he's already like a good character. I think he's already a character that you can get a lot of fun out of because you have 2 different bursts. The problem is that it's dependent on your elemental skill and not so much anything else, and that's what I would change. So let's say Tartaglia would go on to have 4 different bursts because I like the fact that he has a different burst depending on your elemental skill, but I would like to have 2 different bursts just fundamentally. So let's go into the second one where, and this is going to take a while because you have to think of 2 of them. So let's say in bow mode, his second burst. Oh, actually, he's a tough one, actually. He's a bit tougher.
Time to go.
But it would be a support thing, or maybe like a Hydra application thing.
Let's light it up. Teamwork is
Hydra application. He puts down some sort of field. Something like a Bennett field. Maybe not the same effects. Maybe something like a Kazuha field that pulses Hydra damage. He puts a Hydro, that's similar to Ayatos though, but I guess that's fine because having two characters do the same is not that big of a problem. So he puts, so his second burst without, with his bow out, would put down a Hydro field that is constant Hydro application with minimal damage. And then with the swords out, it would be lower Hydro application with higher damage that constantly ticks. Not too easy to create one for him, because he's just meant to be a brawler. For these characters that are just centered around being a specific role, it's rather hard to create one, so that's why I'm struggling here.
One with nature.
Quietly now. Here comes the catch. Take it easy. Gotcha.
Why don't he become a Starbuck drink and throws drinks at enemies? Honestly? Yeah, he just starts working at McDonald's and sells people hamburgers. And that's how he beats his enemies. That's how he does it. He becomes a McDonald's worker. He opens up a shop mid-fight and sells all the enemies McChickens or double quarter pounders. The enemies become fat and obese and thus can't fight. And then he just kicks them down a hill. That's the strategy. That's his second burst. We got it. We got it. I don't know why I didn't think of that instantly. I am so sorry. That should have been the instant thought. I am so sorry that I could not think of that.
Into the wind.
Busted.
He breaks the enemies like their ice cream machine. Exactly as well. Yeah. He just tells the enemies that there's no ice cream, and the enemies just cry in disappointment. I don't know why they haven't hired me. I think they're just missing out on a financial, a massively financial opportunity of hiring me. Yeah. I guess they're just not that smart over there at Mihoyo. Not that smart. Disappointing, ain't it? So many ideas going to waste. So many ideas going to waste. Everything that I've been saying for the past 4 hours has been money. And it's never going to be capitalized on because Mihoyo doesn't listen. Disappointing, isn't it? Is that 6? It is. We're done with that. Level 24! And it's only been a week and a half. To be honest, if Jaluk had a McDonald's skin instead of Phoenix, it should be a fried chicken. I don't think it should be a fried chicken. I think he should just send out a chicken. Change the animation of the burst to... Okay, this is gonna... Sorry, I'm imagining it in my head. Here's the thing. Genshin doesn't play around enough, but it would be very interesting. He's in the McDonald's outfit. He's in the McDonald's skin. And the animation changed. So instead of like winding up the sword and then swinging it out, he instead, no sword is even in the picture, right? No sword is there. He actually, just behind him spawns a chicken cage. Now, I'm actually being serious here. This is like just completely serious because this animation doesn't mean anything because whatever. But he has like a chicken coop behind him. And the animation is him just opening the door and a massive chicken just flies out of it. That is actually a 100% genuine idea I have, not even joking. That would be funny and cool. Chicken coop behind him, he lifts up the door or opens the door in some way, and a massive chicken just flies out. And it's an actual, oh, that's such a cool idea. That is such a cool idea. Oh my god. That would be Timmy's elemental burst. What is Timmy, a chicken farmer now? Bro, it's pigeons. There's a difference. Maybe. You know what would Timmy's be? Let's create a burst for Timmy. You know what Timmy's burst would be? Do we all know who Itachi Uchiha is? Do we all know who Itachi Uchiha? Hands up if you know who Itachi Uchiha is. Hands up. That's Timmy's burst. Timmy is made of pigeons. That is Timmy's burst. He, instead of crows, he uses pigeons. And he has the Sharingan. That is... Timmy is Itachi Uchiha. Wow. What a plot twist. What an absolute plot twist. What achievement do I have? Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. I can't believe that the KFC event didn't happen. Wow, that's actually very, very sad. Because I think that is $1 million idea that I just came up with the chicken and the coop. $1 million idea. Oh. Oh, man. Just thinking of it is really, like, depressing now because I know what won't happen. Let's go through some more characters. Oh, this is fun. I want to go through more characters. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, I'm not going to do Kokomi or Arataki because theirs is just, like, I just don't know them too well. I don't like them either. Let's go back to the early game characters. Albedo. Albedo. He summons a duplicate copy of himself, and then there's 2 Albedos on the field. No, that's not genuine. I want to make a genuine one. Okay. It's a very interesting one because he's like, his skill is support, his burst is damage, and that's the tough one with him because then if we make a support burst for him, what would it be style around? Like elevators? Would you just have him like create an elevator again, just a bigger one? Maybe he could do something with painting and thaumaturgy, because right now all he does is like slam geo rocks. So maybe he could do something with painting and thaumaturgy, where he draws a painting, and this is very, very like open to interpretation. Obviously, draws a painting and he summons the painting, and the painting is like a bunch of rocks being hurled at him or being hurled in front of him. Very similar to his burst, but I guess his burst is damage, so maybe a support thing. He artistifies something about a buff. He buffs defense, geo damage maybe. He draws a banner. He draws something. I want the drawing. I want the drawing aspect to be incorporated, but I guess that's not really required. I mean, he made a pigeon out of thin air using alchemy. Sorry, not thaumaturgy. Alchemy, that's the right word, alchemy. Yeah, maybe he doesn't even have to draw it. He does something with alchemy, and he buffs the team. I think that would be where I would go with him. Because his burst is damage. I should probably click on him just to have him there. I would have him do something, create something with alchemy, and that thing. Yeah, look at that. That's sick. Maybe he could be a healer, like a healer. Wait, that's interesting. I want that. That's my idea. That's my idea. He becomes a healer, because that's something that we haven't seen. We haven't even mentioned DPS characters having healer abilities as their bursts. That's what I would do. He, grows a tree that like rains. Like, okay, this is very like stylistic, obviously, but he like alchemies a tree out of the ground and it heals people within a radius, much like Jean's burst, obviously, that within a radius, but it's just him. And in that field, it's like less healing than Jean's, but let's say it has damage boosting effects to Geo characters, so Geo damage bonus, or maybe like a defense bonus to something like Arataki Ito. That's where I would go with him. I'm gonna stick with that one. He draws a truck and it materializes and isekais the enemies. Tissue, I can always count on you to make a realistic idea. Thanks so much, man. Thank you so much. Ganyu. What is her thing again? She just like summons shit from the sky? You know what? I've instantly got one for Ganyu. She summons this ball and that rains down like icicles from the sky, right? That's hers. That's hers right now. I would actually make her burst a single target high damage burst. That's the second burst I would make for her. Single target high damage, and I would actually give it a unique interaction. It's the first burst that you have to hold down and then aim and use. That's how I would do it. And the longer you hold it down, the stronger it gets to a certain degree. So it's like a mega charge shot, right? It's a super mega charge shot. You hold down Q when you have a burst available. She turrets up. She turrets up. You charge it for a few seconds, and massive cryo damage. That's what I would do for her burst. So essentially, it makes her charge attacks, like, it's stronger than her charge attacks by a large percentage. It makes her a bit more of a main DPS than she already is, but it changes her burst from support to DPS. That's that. Xiao is a tough one. Xiao is a tough one. For many reasons, because he's an aggressive character. He's aggression. He's aggression incarnate. So making him anything but a DPS is nigh impossible. So you have to think of how to change his burst into different DPS. And that's where the struggle comes in, because he's already got single target and like kind of like fun from his skill. What do you do with his burst, which is a buff ability? Now, I think this new Archon quest helps us do some stuff with the whole ball of energy thing that he does, like that thing. The ball that he summons during the Archon quest helps us kind of maybe funnel some stuff in. Maybe he summons a ball of energy, a ball of animo-ness, that he then just like, essentially he just does the Traveler's elemental skill, but bigger. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. He doesn't do anything. It's so hard with him. He just puts the mask on and does some other shit. I don't know. So what a weirdo. Bro, how about you have a bit better of a personality, you dingle ass? Yeah, an animo explosion of damage is like the only thing I can kind of come up with, and using that whole thing that he like funnels energy into like the palm of his hand. That's the only thing I can think of right now. In relation to the current Archon quest. Let's go with that. That's a shitty example, but that's what I'm gonna go with. That's a shitty one, but whatever. It makes him tall and smash it. You know what? I can always count on you guys. He turns into a 7-foot monster. No, a 7-story monster. He becomes bigger than the mountains, and he just squishes the enemies for 5 seconds. You're onto the money. Thank you so much for your contribution. Eula. Eula, this one is super easy. This one is so easy, you make her burst cryo damage. So you can build her for cryo damage character. Right? That's what... If you didn't think of that from the start, you're wrong. You're an idiot. I'm just being honest. If you didn't think of cryo damage Eula burst from the right from the get-go, you're an idiot. I would make her burst into cryo damage. Now the question comes in, what kind of cryo damage or how cryo damage? That's the real question. Obviously, you have to move away from the whole oh, my chair's fucked. My ground is fucked. Doesn't matter. You have to move away from the slash into building stacks. You have to move away from that. But how? You know what? Alright. So, praise, because you played AFO as well. And Tishu, I've got to explain it to you. So the main character from AFO in AFO 2 has a specific part of his elemental burst, the slashing one, where if you use the white core thingy on his arm, activate that during the ultimate core, and then you use the slash, he does a double slash. I would make Eula a single hit burst character where it's essentially similar to the evolved slash, essentially, that I call it, from AFO 2. Where she like slashes once this way and then once this way. Kind of like Zorro, because she's kind of like sorry, not Moroccan. She's kind of that like Spanish Zorro type kind of character with her at least theme. I would have her do a double cryo slash, and then it's just a massive burst of cryo damage in one hit. Visually, it's like a double slash, and then a massive cryo hit. That's how I would do it. And in general, it's just cryo damage. We'll go with that. That's for Eula. Very easy. I think she needs to have a cryo part of her kit. Ayaka. Ayaka. Here's the thing. We've already done a samurai character. We've already done Kaching. And Kaching already has the slash thingy where she dashes through the enemies, electro damage. So having Ayaka do that as well would be kind of cheesy. I wouldn't want her to do that. Now that's where it comes in. Creativity. This when characters are so similar, then you needed creativity. What would I have her do as her burst? Why is the mic different on Ayaka? This is gonna be a while. Let me think. Maybe switch it to support. Maybe switch her burst to support. Maybe she like brews tea and it gives the whole team a cryo damage bonus. Or like a physical bonus or some kind of bonus, elemental damage bonus. Maybe maybe she does, you know what? Themes. Follow the theme of her quest. She performs the dance that she did in the water, right, with her socks on. And she performs that dance. Shut up, Ayaka. She does that dance and it buffs the team. It's a pure buff burst. It does nothing but buff, but it's like a 25% cryo damage bonus buff, right? That would be fucking sick. She performs that dance. It's a quick animation where she like does the fan thing, hits a fan up and down. Right? She does the fan, and 25% cryo damage bonus or something along those lines. Like, shut up. She does 25% cryo damage bonus and let's say 20%, 10% crit rate bonus for 10. Shut your mouth! Stop talking! I am talking. That's it. Crit rate and cryo damage bonus. Yoimiya, probably a character that won't talk because she's smart. Oh, stop making noises. Yoimiya, I don't even know what the fuck she does right now. Yoimiya's burst. What does she do? Yoimiya's burst. She shoots arrows down, marks the enemy, and then every other character that hits. Got it. Still a damaging burst, because currently her damage, her burst right now is damage, but it's support damage. I would make her burst a single target damage hit, or maybe an AoE hit. So, what would I do it? Okay, we know who Aloy is, right? This character right here. Aloy, right? This character, her burst right now is a elemental hit in an area in front of her that is a circle. Make Yoimiya's the same. I know that's cheesy and I don't like that, but it's fine. Because Aloy isn't a canonical character and not everyone has her, or like, not everyone has her. So make Yoimiya's the same as hers, but animation-wise, she shoots like a firework. She like gets a firework cannon, or she has her bow and she shoots like a bunch of fireworks and it kind of sprawls out in different directions. Right? That's Yoimiya's burst. Alright, another one down. It does pyro damage. It's good. Kokomi, just remove the character. Arataki Ito. This is a hard one. Because, like, again, buff bursts are hard to do. Buff bursts. I don't know. Because alongside, like, even more so than Xiao, he's a pure DPS like Xiao. The harder thing with him is the fact that he also has a unique playstyle ingrained in his character. So if you don't play him around his charge attack, then you won't do good with him. So then his burst, again, if I was to create a second one, would have to be centered around his charge attack, which then defeats the purpose of a second burst, which is meant to change your playstyle. So it's literally like kind of impossible to make one for him. To be quite frank. Just specifically because of the charge, the charge attack. Make him support and he signs to support the allies. He signs autographs. That's funny. Signs autographs to buff the enemy. Oh, sorry, buff the team. Maybe. Oh, he sings. Or signing autographs also is a good one, but sings? Maybe. Is he a singer? Oh, he raps. He beatboxes. That's a good one. So you pop his burst, and he stays on field after you switch to your other characters, and he's just in the background beatboxing. And he's just doing the most basic beatboxing. But that's what he does. I've literally got nothing for this guy just because he's super hard. Anyway, Shen-He. Listen, Shen-He, if I'm to be honest, the easiest one to do. If you didn't think of what I'm about to say straight away, rethink. She just does whatever she does. She does what she did to the tsunami in her Archon quest. That's her burst. It's a single target damage or AoE and damage in front of her. She just channels a bunch of cryo in front of her. It's that easy. Because currently her burst is support. She's got a support burst. She's a support character. That burst, boom. Because the thing is, with that, she can become her own self-supporting DPS. Because her skill is a support. So then she can pop her skill and then go into her burst and do one massive hit of damage. So she's a self-sufficient character. Without needing other characters to help in any way. You thought it would be like she removes the red ropes and goes berserk. That's a good one. But it would be kind of going against the character what she wants, right? In terms of story. She doesn't want to be like kind of going berserk mode with the red ropes and her karma and whatnot going out of whack. So that's why I didn't really think of that one. That is a good one though. That is a good one. But I don't think it fits thematically with the character. I think her using the thing that she did to the tsunami where she essentially just channels a massive energy of cryo or massive line of cryo in front of her. I think that would be a good one. Let's say it hits like a few times. You know what? They can even like style it to exactly how she operates and make her a self-sustained DPS where you use her elemental skill. I think that gives you... Let me check here. I think that gives you 7 hits on your quota. Let me just check. Is it her... So her... Which one is it? Her press is elemental burst damage. If you go to that, how much does the press give? So you get 5 hits on your quota. Her burst hits 5 times, so that would be the combination for her playstyle, is you press her skill once, and then you use her burst, and the 5 hits from her burst are mega powered. That, honestly, easiest character for me, at least. Yeah, Miko. I don't fucking like this character, to be quite frank. This is the only character in this game that I regret rolling for, I'm gonna be honest. I regret wasting my 100% guaranteed on this character. I know that's mean, but I don't use her much. Don't use her much. How would I do this? She's a main DPS already, shit as it is, because she's Electro. Bro, why does she have to look so good, though? How much avocado convinced you? Yeah, listen, I think I also, in my mind, I was like, at the time, listen, it's a guaranteed, why not, right? But then I was like, I'm not that bummed out about it, but if there's anything I regret in Genshin, it's this. There we go, got it. The wolf head, that's what her elemental burst is. Right now, her burst is dependent on her elemental skill usage. I just had an epiphany, dude. Her elemental burst is dependent on her elemental skill. I would change that. Her elemental burst, the second one that I would recreate at least, is she summons a wolf head in front of her that does one single chomp, right? Massive single target electro damage. Much like Raiden Shogun's, obviously very same, just one single hit, animation is different, but it has to do with the wolf head animation that just happened here a second ago. It'll probably play in a second. But yeah, she just summoned, yeah, it's about to happen. This wolf head that's about to appear, hold up. That thing. Oh, it's a fox head, sorry, my bad. I would have it play around that, where she summons a massive fox head in front of her that just chomps down on enemies in front of her. Solved. Done. Nice. I thought I was going to struggle on that a bit more. And then these other two... I'm not going to do these other 2 characters because they've literally just come out. Ayato... his burst is... like his skill and burst is just kind of like... How would I do him? Her burst is already a fox head, though? It's not... No, it isn't. No. No, what? Her burst is right now the 3 thunder slashes, the thunder hits. That's her burst. Sorry, the 4 thunder hits. I wouldn't count that as anything to do with the wolf head, or a fox head. Sorry, that has. I don't think there's any similarity there. She calls down a lightning that's shaped like a fox. No, that you may be. Sorry, you may be correct. in that is what happens. But unless you slow it down, I didn't know that. I've used the character a fair bit. I didn't know that. I thought they were just lightning strikes, right? There's no way to definitely tell that it's a fox lightning thing. And also, there's no problem with them being the same. I have no. Maybe you have a problem, but I don't think there's a problem with the burst being the same visually, in terms of what the actual thing is. But gameplay-wise, is a bit more important to me, right? Because currently her burst is dependent on her skill. I want to remove that, not to make it easier, but to remove the dependency, or maybe not remove the dependency, but change the gameplay. Because currently, if like the three following thunder hits of her burst are stronger than the initial one. Maybe in the second burst, the more of them that you have, the higher the damage bonus, and it's still a Fox Crunch. I don't think there's too big of a problem with having the same kind of theme, because you have to kind of stick with the Fox theme because she is a fox. Right, so removing the Fox theme from her would be kind of not good, I think, at least. So, yeah, just an idea at least. Anyway, so have him have him like pour bubble tea on the enemies' heads and they drown. There you go. Oh, you know what? He actually sucks up all the boba or the tapioca balls into the straw, and then he barrages it at the enemies. He brrts it at the enemies, dude, and he just does 1 billion damage. Nice. Onto Yelan. I'm not going to talk about this character because she just came out, and that would be very inconsiderate of me of trying to rework a character that just came out. So, what have we come to the conclusion of? What conclusion have we come to after talking about this? I could see him doing that. 100% he would. He probably does do it to Toma. What conclusion have we come to, guys? Let me tell you. I know the conclusion. That was a rhetorical question. Get wrecked. We have come to the conclusion that my time has been wasted because all the ideas that we are spitting ain't gonna be made. Because Mihoyo don't listen. Mihoyo don't listen. So, I will make a video about this eventually. I just have to think of a bit more intricate and like statistical like parts of all the bursts, like to do with the base game characters. But I will make a video about this because I believe that it is a very, very good topic. But for now, that is the end of the stream. Thank God I came up with something to do at the end, because like this would have been like a 30-minute like just sit around do nothing. But we talked about a few bursts. We had a bit of fun, and I genuinely believe that we came up with some genuine good ideas. But unfortunately, for the most part, they are not going to ever happen. They are good thoughts, but never to see the light of day. That is going to be it for today, guys. Genshin is a dry-ass game. Until they add more endgame, it's going to be dry as fuck. Tomorrow, Honkai Impact. Tomorrow is literally... Every Honkai Impact is actually hype, because the whole game is hype. So expect Honkai tomorrow. That's about it, really. That's about it. I'm just looking at myself here. Honkai tomorrow, more story prog there. We didn't get to do any Elysian Realm last night, which is sad, but if we do have time for Elysian Realm tomorrow, then we'll definitely do it. But for the most part, it's just going to be story progression, so expect that. Thank you so much for the support on the Honkai streams. The guys watching Honkai are absolutely 10 out of 10. Really appreciate it. And I can't wait to reach the end game and see what the grind is all about. So, till tomorrow, till the next stream, the video, whatever, see you guys. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Bye.